As always, behind center field, next to the playground at People's Bank Park. Call 717-792-4959 or visit online at brickersfries.com. When you want French fries, nothing is better than Brickers.
Payne doesn't take Sunday off. Neither do we. We're open weekdays 8 to 8 and weekends 9 to 6. Just walk into WellSpan Urgent Orthopedics.
As always, behind center
2319
field,
South George Street in York, across from the Apple Hill Health Campus. Visit wellspan.org/urgent orthopedics today.
Getting pumped for another year of high school football?
Nothing is
all
better
this month,
than
Sports
Brickers.
Radio 1350 WOIK lays it all out for you in the high school football spotlight, presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine. Catch a preview every day in August on Sports Radio 1350 as we break down the teams and the players of the 2016 York Adams League. Or go to WOIK1350.com to access this year's complete lineup of high school football previews. And this fall, every Friday night, it's the high school football game of the week, presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine. Only here on Sports Radio 1350 in the high school football spotlight, presented by WellSpan.
Join me, Steve Zabin, mornings at 6 on Sports Radio 1350 WOIK.
And the players of the 2016 York Adams League. Go to WOIK1350.com to access this year's complete lineup of high school football previews. And this fall, every Friday night, it's the high school football game.
Welcome back to the WOYK Revs pregame show. Revs and Bees set to get going in about 20 minutes. Michael Click came in relief Tyrell Harris yesterday, the third inning. After Harris' runs all scored, Click and 4 other relievers did completely shut down the Bees and putting the Revs in line for that 10-8 win, 7-run comeback. I speak to Michael before the game. Let's hear what he had to say. Welcome back to the WOYK.
Michael Click was just the first of a handful of Rev relief pitchers who came in, put out the fires, and kept it within a score so the Revs could come back and win 10-8 last night. Michael, first up, aside from the inherited runs there, the bullpen was absolutely top-notch last couple weeks now.
Yeah, you know the guy who gave that
Michael Click was just the first of a handful of Rev relief pitchers who came in, put out the fires, and kept it within aside first up, aside from the inherited runs, that 10-8 last couple weeks now.
Yeah, you know the guy who gave that.
Stronger batting practice man than last year?
Absolutely. You know, my fungo game is on point. If you haven't noticed, you know, Wilson and Pounds and Chavi and Perez, their errors have been very minimal. And I'm not going to lie, they should credit me more often.
They ought to get you a blue ribbon or something.
There's something. I'll take a beer. It'll be fine.
Yeah. What would be your choice of beer?
Yingling for sure.
Yingling is a good one.
Yeah, local one
Always. Sponsors will love you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah. You could just leave a case in my locker. I'll be fine. Hide it somehow. Yeah, well, these clowns, they definitely find a way to get it.
They would. Now, New Britain for another couple of games, and then the weekend against Bridgeport. What's the team got to do to stay locked in and to continue racking up the wins?
Just keep doing what we're doing. Keep grinding. Keep doing the little things right. You know, we're definitely. Definitely in the game, as you can see, through the whole 9 innings, you know. The starters have been doing good at keeping the hitters, back in the dugout and getting in and out, and then going deep into games and dropping it off to guys who are hot in the bullpen. If we keep doing those little things, and we're gonna be really, really hard to beat.
All right, Michael, thanks and good luck tonight.
Thank you very much.
Peyton Manning has his Budweiser. Michael Click has his Yingling. All right, thanks to Michael for appearing with me on that segment. Michael, one of the headliners for a Revs bullpen that's given up 2 runs in its last 29 1/3 innings of work. That is good for an ERA somewhere in the .06s. When we come back, the Broadway Transmission Managers Report on the WOYK Revs pregame show.
At Health South, rehabilitation is all we do, so it just makes sense that Health South Rehabilitation Hospital of York will help you get home sooner. Health South is the largest rehabilitation provider in the country. We provide 3 hours of therapy 5 days a week, frequent physician visits, and registered nurses 24/7. It's total team-based care that is squarely focused on your recovery. After an illness, injury, or surgery, choose Health South, providing a higher level of care to the York community for more than 30 years. HealthSouthYork.com.
Have you got game? Do you love playing softball? If you're between the ages of 10 and 18 and want to take your softball skills to the next level with more competitive play, try out for the Lady Revs. The Lady Revs is a tournament softball organization that offers you the opportunity to play a higher caliber softball as well as to play with other players who love the game just as much as you do. The Lady Revs will be hosting tryouts in August, so if you are interested and want to take your skills to the next level, you should visit YorkYoungRevolution.com and click on the Lady Revs registration button. York Young Revolution is a 501c3 not-for-profit organization.
Hear that? It's the sound of summer. Sound nice? Call Kona Ice. We do it all. Schools, sporting events, parties, both corporate and birthday. You name it, we'll be there. We bring the party to you. If you need a little bit of fun in your life, we're the shaved ice truck for you. Oh, and we fundraise too. This summer, cool down with Kona Ice. Give us a call at 1-800-KONA-ICE or visit us online at www.kona-ice.com. Kona Ice. Flavor our world.
Hi, this is Dan Patrick. Join me weekday mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Fans, it's time to go inside the clubhouse for the latest on your York Revolution and tonight's matchup. It's time for the Broadway Transmission Managers Report. Now, here's the manager of the Revs, Mark Mason.
All right, Mace. Well, last night, a historic comeback. You tied the team record for biggest comeback and the team record for comeback wins in a season. To do it that way last night, were there any magic words that you had in the dugout in the third inning?
I wish it was that simple. No, all I told him was, I said, look, don't give up on the game. There's still a lot of game to play, and let's just go have good at-bats and see what happens. Just keep battling. That was all I said, and I knew they would do that anyway, but I wanted to let them know that I wasn't, that I wasn't going to be satisfied with just, well, let's just go through the motions. We had a great crowd here, a lot of people, and, we've never really gone through the motions anyway, but you never know when you get down 8-1 pretty fast. And we had some opportunities that we didn't cash in on either, and sometimes that can almost be like piling on the down mood that you're in at that time anyway. So, but it's a unique group of guys. I think we can say that for without question, and they just keep finding a way to get it done. And we're down to our last strike last night in the 8th inning, and we ball off the wall and score all 3 guys. So it's just just been one of those kind of years so far, and hopefully we can just keep that going.
Obviously, the big inning in the 4th changed the game, but what was the earliest point in your mind that things started to shift and started to get some of the hope that you needed?
Well, I think that inning in particular, because when we came in, I think at the time the score was 8-2, and I said something like, we need to get to 5 runs somehow before the 6th inning, and then I thought if we could hold them there at 8 and get to within 2, with 3 innings left, we would have a chance, because one guy on and then the tying run comes to the plate, and we saw yesterday 18 runs and 27 hits or whatever it was between 2 teams. It was ridiculous offense. But when you get down where your winning run or tying run can come to the plate even with nobody on, in our ballpark, the ball can leave here. So you have a chance, and that was kind of the plan, just to try to get to within 2 or 3 before we got to the middle of the game. And somehow we did that. I can't tell you how we did it right now by remembering, but I know it was a lot. It was a lot of base hits, and obviously Pounds hit a 2-run homer, and so it was just one of those kind of innings.
Well, all that work to get it close, and then things stall, and kind of a tale of two games. Nobody's scoring against the bullpens. What's it like for a hitter with Mitchell in that situation where you get to 0-2, 2 outs, and obviously some pressure can creep in? What's the key for a hitter there to do what he did?
I mean, I just think he had a good approach, and I know talking to Poundsy, I think because Pounds was on second base when he hit that ball, I think he said that it was actually maybe 6 or 7 inches off the corner when he swung at it, but. We were in a really good place right there because we had first and second, and then I bunted Josh just to get him over, and and the pitcher slipped and fell, so that turned into a base hit. So now we had bases loaded and nobody out, and I'm figuring even a double play ball is going to tie the game at that point. But we were down to our last strike, and it's just kind of weird how that happens sometimes, but. It's just kudos to Mitchell. He did a great job there, and left on left, he really hasn't had a lot of success with left-handers so far, according to the numbers anyway, but he had a lot of success last night, and I was kind of surprised an 0-2 fastball there, but I thought maybe, their pitcher probably figured he was sitting on a breaking ball and thought he could get it by him, so that happens too. We've used that approach sometimes as well, so just one of those situations where we came out on top, and it's credit to them, and New Britain played a great game. Just I'm sure they were frustrated when it was all said and done, just like we've been frustrated when we've given up some leads too, and but last night was our night, and we'll go from there.
You mentioned the crowd, and as big as it was last night, and I'm sure there were some folks probably at their first Revs game. Maybe they become fans forever seeing one like that. Is that a pride point for you and the players to put on a show like that?
It really was. I'm sitting there thinking, this is really not the night to lay an egg right now. We really don't want to lay an egg here. We know we're a good ball club. We have a great crowd, and maybe a lot of people for the first time, and like you said, and we just wanted to be able to show what we're capable of doing. So for us to come back in that way, and at least people when they left here, it was exciting. We were down, then we were up, and so it was a fun night for everybody, and I'm just glad we were able to come back. And even if we would have lost that game 8-7 or something, at least we showed that we battled back and made a game of it. So, but to win it, definitely made it better.
It looked early like the ball was coming out of Harris's hand well. Where did you think he ran into trouble?
I don't know. It was kind of strange. There were a lot of 2-strike hits. There were some C&I ground balls too, but that's part of the game. But there were some balls that were smashed as well. And I don't know. I just didn't think I didn't think we doubled up enough on some of our pitches. I thought we were too predictable with hard, soft, in, out, whatever it was, and I just thought we were pretty predictable, and they were sitting on some pitches and they were ambushing, which all teams do that, and I just thought location wasn't the greatest, and then obviously when you're into 70-some pitches in 2 1/3, you're going to be fatigued, and then that builds into it too. So I think it was just a combination of everything. I think if you have a clean first inning, it makes life a little bit easier. But when you're out there for 30-some pitches in the first inning, and basically you're showing everything that you have in your arsenal just to try to get out of the first, those kind of things happen.
Well, lastly, you've got Pena tonight, and second straight start against these guys. What can he do to make tonight a little bit smoother for him than it was at their place?
Well, obviously this is like, 3 starts now where we've talked about he has to get the ball down. So I think that's for all pitchers. And, so Tony's going to have to pitch in the bottom of the zone tonight. And, and we're going to have to change speeds and command more than the fastball. So, I think if he does those things, he'll be fine. But he's really going to have to work on getting the ball down and maybe change his approach a little bit since they just saw him last week. And we're going to see Leverett tonight, so we just saw him last week too. So it'll be interesting to see how the pitchers go about their business. But, as long as Tony keeps the ball down here, I think he should be okay.
Thanks a lot. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Mark Mason with Daryl Henner on the Broadway Transition Manager Report on the WOYK Revs pregame show. The starting lineups are brought to you by Flying Feet as always. First for Stan Clyburn's New Britain Bees. James Skelton, the catcher, back in the leadoff role. The second best on-base man in this league, leading off and catching. Greg Golson, a .291 hitter, back in the lineup tonight, batting second, playing right field. Jovan Rouse over at third base. Craig Maddox DHing tonight. Jonathan Roof at second. Michael Krause moved down to the sixth hole. He's in center field. John Griffin at first. Anthony Hewitt in left field. And Jake McWig in the ninth, batting shortstop. They'll try and get runs from the southpaw, Jared Leverett. For the York Revolution, Travis Witherspoon in center. Jared Mitchell in right. Joel Guzman DHing. Kevin Rivers moved up to the four hole. He's playing first base tonight. Andres Perez with a day off. Brian Pounds at the five hole, playing third base. Keith Castillo catching tonight and batting sixth. Michael Rocket, who's moved into the top 10 in the league in batting seventh and playing left field. Brandon Chavez, switch hitter at second base, batting eighth. And Josh Wilson, the ninth, batting shortstop. They'll try and get runs on the board for Big Tony Pena as he looks to bounce back to the form that saw him win his first 5 decisions of the season. He has now lost 7 in a row. Against New Britain, he is 1-1 with an 8.10 ERA. That's 9 earned runs in 10 innings over 2 starts. Last week, of course, the rough outing, but the first time he faced them was May 21st at New Britain. Got the win, giving up 2 runs in 5 innings. This is his first start against the Bees here at Peoples Bank Park. And the Revs take the field wearing their alternate football-style uniforms, although those appear to quickly becoming the regular uniforms as they are opting for the alternate much more often. And now here's the anthem.
Let's welcome Hugh Benedict in the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Yes, it does. Our national anthem. Fine rendition. As he leaves the field, the Revs will begin their warm-ups. Defensive alignment, Pena and Castillo the battery, pitching and catching. Rivers at first, Chavez at second. So the entire right side of the infield covered by ex-Bees. Pounds at third, Wilson at short. The outfield left to right, Rocket, Witherspoon, and Mitchell, where extra base hits and regular hits go to die. And before we begin game 101 on this season, let's just take a moment and appreciate the perfect symmetry so far. 100 games in, the Revs have played 50 at home and 50 on the road. And the 100th game was arguably the best of the entire season. What could possibly follow that up? How about another win of that caliber? Fine Tuesday night crowd out tonight, typical Tuesday, so fans petering in. They're hoping to see the Revs continue their hot streak. And if it gets close at the end tonight, they could see history. Mike DeMark, 28 saves this season. That leads the league. It's tied with Rami Lewis in 2014 for the best single-season saves total in Revs history. One more save will give him the single-season record, and he will match Rami Lewis with his 33rd career save for the Revs, atop the all-time leaderboard. So Mike DeMark, 28 saves in the Revs' first 58 games of the season. That is what you call a lockdown closer, and he's one of the reasons why the Revs have been so deadly in close games, especially at home. The Revs 21-4 at home
in games decided by 2 runs or fewer, including 12-1 in 1-run games. He only lost Memorial Day weekend against Somerset. And now as James Skelton walks into the box, we turn it over for the Dasher Investment Services first pitch of the 10-year voice of the York Revolution. Here is Darrell Henry.
All right, Will, thank you very much. Many times this season I've thought, boy, that was arguably the best game of the year. And then there was last night.
That one's going to be hard to top.
Here is our Dasher Investment Services first pitch, and Skelton belts it. Left center, Witherspoon on the run. He runs it down. It's a 1-pitch out. Doesn't matter that it was caught on the warning track in deep left center. Pena has an out on 1 pitch. First pitch coming at 6:35 tonight. And Skelton out of there as he's moved back to the top of the order for New Britain tonight after the drop in the order last night. He has been hitting well, so it wasn't a punishment or anything like that. Here is Greg Golson, who's been injured, but back in there. Pitch from Pena is inside. He missed the whole series when the Revs were at New Britain last week. We did see him running the bases and trying to get the conditioning to where he needed it to be. Pena from the stretch fires, and Golson a big swing and a foul tip into the glove. 86 degrees and cloudy here at the start tonight.
But pleasant.
Yeah.
It's not muggy at all. This is quite nice for August. Quite nice for any month.
Very comfy. Castillo, the low split. Pitch to Golson is trickled foul to the left of home plate. Golson at .291 hitting. 1 homer, 23 driven in. He and Castillo were both with the Barnstormers in 2014. Golson with his second Atlantic League team. 1-2, and it missed outside. Good spot from Pena. Brian DeBrouwer, our plate ump tonight. Brian Miller at first. Derek Moshe at third.
Moshe had a tight strike zone yesterday, but consistently tight for both teams. So maybe something frustrating, but you can't argue about it.
Now the 2-2. Swing and a miss. A slider got him. Pena with good depth on that slider. And begins his night with a pair of outs, 1 hit deep, this one a strikeout. 4 home runs in his last start, Thursday at New Britain. 2 hit by this guy, Jovan Rosa. Pena was hit for 3 home runs the start before that, so he's trying to get things back to being Tony-like. Here's Rosa, who's hitting .295 with 10 home runs. Again, 2 of those in that game last week. First pitch fastball is across for a strike. Bees in their road grays tonight. Revs, as Will mentioned, in those alternate whites. Always a sharp look. They set up way in. Here's the 0-1. And a swing, and he pops one up. Left center field, shallow. Witherspoon is in. He'll give way to Rocket from left, who had called for it early. Rocket the catch, and it's a 1-2-3. First inning. Just 8 pitches for Pena in the top half. And at the end of a half, it's the Bees nothing, and the Revs coming up.
You hear a lot about CPAP masks these days, but here's something you don't hear much about. Over half of the people who wear a CPAP mask for sleep stop wearing it within a year. How's that working for you? Dr. Gordon Bell would like you to hear this. York Dental Sleep Therapy has dental options that can help many of those people. If you or someone you live with is struggling with sleep apnea, visit yorksleep.com and see how Dr. Gordon Bell can help return your home to peaceful nights of deep, restful sleep. If you're groggy during the workday, if you wake up feeling exhausted, if you would like to get your nighttime sleep patterns back to a healthy state, get a confirmation from your doctor, then meet with Dr. Bell at his office on West Market Street in Hallam. He'll evaluate your symptoms and discuss which treatments would best suit your situation. Dr. Bell can restore restful sleep and get you feeling better day and night. York Dental Sleep Therapy. Call 316-1299 or visit yorksleep.com to learn more.
Come and celebrate 10 years of York Revolution baseball with the Celebrate York Series presented by Memorial Hospital. The series honors significant contributions from York, Pennsylvania's most notable events and favorite citizens with giveaways every Friday night home game. The series continues on Friday, August 12th with a Jeff Koons bobblehead giveaway. Visit YorkRevolution.com for more details. It's the Celebrate York Series, proudly presented by Memorial Hospital for the York Revolution's 10th anniversary season.
Your teams all the time. York's only place for local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOIK.
A quick first inning for Tony Pena, and the offense coming up against Jarrett Leverett. Tonight makes his 7th start, 25th appearance. He's 3-4 with a 2.71 ERA. Good control numbers, just 12 walks in 69 2/3, 50 strikeouts. Opponents hitting 273. Travis Witherspoon to get the evening started for York at the plate. And Leverett's first pitch of the night is over the inner half, a called strike. Lefty who brings it straight over the top.
Witherspoon had his fingerprints all over that comeback yesterday. 3 for 5 with an RBI and 2 runs.
A fastball in, just missed.
Also stole his 19th base with the Revs.
Hitting at .314 now with York. Leverett kicks and deals, and he missed a little bit low. Leverett had 10 strikeouts in the game here in York on July 17th. The win extras, the Revs with that 24 strikeout game. He struck out 10 in 7 innings, gave up 3. 2-1, and a line drive to center, and a base hit, a ringing single, dead up the middle from Travis Witherspoon on a laser to start the night.
Evidence of being locked in right there.
Boy, that was as solid as it gets, right back up the middle. And here is last night's 8th inning hero, Jared Mitchell. The photos from Joe Dahl of the post-game splash were hysterical. Jared knew it was coming. He just waited. So did you. And the possessed look of one Joel Guzman, who was all too happy to deliver that shot. He looked like a man out of his mind as Mitchell swings and misses on the first one.
Yeah, see, Mitchell knew it was coming. On the other hand, the second bucket from Scott Rice intended for me, that was rather unexpected. But thank you, Scott. That was rather enjoyable.
And also a direct hit.
Yes.
Mitchell, such a huge hit. Down 0-2. Pitch to him here is over for a strike, and it's 0-2 in his first at bat tonight.
And most importantly, Darryl, he did it against a left-handed closer in Gil Blair. He's only hitting 167 against the lefties so far, but came up with that massive hit. Those are his first 3 RBIs off of southpaw pitching.
There's the 0-2. And in the dirt, and it snuck through Skelton. Straight to the backstop. Witherspoon will trot down to second on the wild pitch. Now the Revs with a runner in scoring position right away. Looked like it glanced off the inside of Skelton's left leg. And it changed direction, pinballing back to the screen. Skelton, who's got, you know, if Crayola had a color, it would be the color B. He's got the gold sleeves. He had a gold bat. Very team colored in all of his gear. The pitch to Mitchell, line to right field. Golson toward the line. It'll hang up for him. And Witherspoon unable to tag on it. One away. Kind of a looping liner toward the line. And Witherspoon got caught a couple of steps off the bag. And by the time he got back, just had to hold up. One away, and Joel Guzman will step in. Guzzi DHing again tonight. Leads the league with 71 driven in. which is a +7 over Josh Bell of Lancaster. Saw Leverett at New Britain last week. 6 innings, 5 runs in that one. Only 3 were earned, and he struck out 8 in that game. Pitch to Guzman is a called strike on the outer edge. The Revs earlier in the year had faced him 4 times in relief. But big strikeout numbers in the 2 starts against York. 13 innings, 18 Ks. 8 runs, 6 earned. 0-1, and a drive the other way and right, but foul. This one fading up onto the picnic landing. No balls and 2 strikes. Joel 6th in the league in hitting at .301. 14 home runs. The Revs have now gotten another one into the top 10. Michael Rocket tied for 8th coming in tonight. Joel 6th. There's the stretch, a pick play on, and Witherspoon dives back. Roof from second cut in. If anything, Leverett's timing to spin and make that move was a half second too late. The lights coming on here in the first inning. A gray night, but a pleasant, comfortable evening. And the 0-2, he started toward third and stopped. Guzman fouls it straight back. I don't know if that was a fake or if he had an intent of running and didn't like his jump and just stopped. But he had me convinced for a couple of steps. Now Leverett ready. Roof will back away. Another 0-2, and it's just inside. Joel with a keen eye. 1-2. They try to crowd the big man in under his arms. No score here in the bottom of the first. Leverett with the pitch, and a swing and a miss. They wanted it in. It ended up letter high, but he got Guzman to chase it. 2 down here in the bottom of the first, and Kevin Rivers to the plate. Rivers against New Britain. His former team has made them pay, hitting .417. Here at home, hitting .400. With 14 extra base hits in 16 home games. Overall at .292 since joining York. Lefty against lefty. And Leverett to the belt and now to the plate. And a slider tumbles in for a called strike. Leverett only 2 starts in his career before this season. It's a new role for him. Now the 0-1, and a slider caught the outside corner, maybe more of a cutter. That was a little bit harder. And a called strike. 0-2. Leverett last year at single A in the Giants system. He earned that contract after pitching in the Frontier League the year before. He deals, and a ground ball skidding to second. It'll roll cleanly right to Roof. He gloves, tosses to first to end the inning. Now the Revs with the leadoff single, but Witherspoon stranded out there. Well, we've played an inning tonight. It is a scoreless game.
Broadway transmission? I don't know how they do it.
We've been in business for 60 years at the same location.
I don't know how they do it.
It's our long-term nationwide warranties.
Oh, and don't forget our online appointment scheduling.
I still don't know how they do it.
They toted my van at no cost with my repair.
It's our ATRA certified technicians. Don't forget the good-looking genius in the office.
Come on, man. I know they helped me with financing. Still, with my bad credit, I don't know how they do it.
I did my research and felt comfortable that Broadway is a AAA approved specialty repair shop. I showed my AAA card and saved some hard-earned cash.
I was happy to get a $100 rebate in the mail after the job was done.
I sure don't know how they do it, but I do know they get it done, and they get it done right.
Broadway Transmission. We'll get your shift together and back on the road fast. Check us out on the web at BroadwayTrans.com or stop in and see how it's done.
Savory's Funnel Cakes have brought their delicious delicacies back to Peoples Bank Park for the second straight year. Be sure to visit their stand on the third base concourse near Arch Street Eats as they offer both regular and pumpkin funnel cakes. Also be sure to check out Savory's Funnel Cake Facial Contest during all York Revolution home games. They offer event catering as well. Give Savory's a call at 717-271-3485. That's 717-271-3485. Savory's Funnel Cakes, York's delicious delicacy for all to enjoy.
All about local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOIK.
No score. We head to the second. It'll be Craig Maddox leading it off for New Britain. Not Greg, but Craig. Not quite spelled the same. Maddox with an O.
I wonder if you went through life like that guy in the Michael Jordan commercial for ESPN, the other guy named Michael Jordan.
He's DHing tonight. Tied for 7th in the league in hitting at .299. Pena the pitch. It's down and away. 8 home runs for Maddox. His last 10 games hitting .366. But he had a 13-game hitting streak that he was in the midst of when we were at New Britain last week. The Revs snapped it. Here's the 1-0. And he swings and drives it in right center. Mitchell heading back, deep in the gap, runs it down. Had it all the way. Onto the track in deep right center. And Mitchell is there for the first out.
That can't be an easy play for anyone to make, but the fact that Mitchell makes it look easy shows how effective he is as a right fielder.
They had Witherspoon run one down in the first inning. Mitchell runs one down to begin the second inning. Here's Jonathan Roof. Sunday, when they rested Witherspoon and put Rocket in center, he ran down one to each gap on back-to-back pitches. The first one from Pena is in for a strike on Roof.
That's what happens when you've got 3 center fielders playing all the outfield positions.
They truly do. Kind of felt that way 2 years ago with that great outfield. Pitch here is fouled back into the net. No balls, 2 strikes.
So who was that a couple of years ago?
They had Justin Green in right. Eric Patterson was in left. Sean Smith in center. And very similar to this. There's nothing getting down. 0-2, and that misses up high. Roof at .255, 4 home runs, 33 driven in. Pena hunched forward, waiting for the completed signal, and fires, and a liner to center, right at Witherspoon. He'll tiptoe, zigzag, and he's got it. He was lining it up and getting the footwork straight, backing up a couple of steps, but right at him. 5 up, 5 down for Pena to start the evening. Michael Kraus to the plate. No score here in the second inning tonight. Kraus, who led off last night, did not have a very enjoyable experience. Pena's first pitch is right down the middle. Struck out in each of the first 3 innings, then a double play in the 5th, and then another ground out in the 8th. He was 0 for 5. Hitting at .278, 5 home runs. Does lead the league in steals with 39. There's the 0-1, and that's off the plate away. 6 more steals than anybody else. That also leads the league in strikeouts now with 103. John Griffin on deck, 102. Pitch from Pena, and a swing and a pop foul, straight back and out of play. Kraus certainly gifted with the physical tools, though. He's listed at 6'4". It's like a defensive end leading the league in steals.
Should be no surprise, his daddy was a Green Bay Packer in the 80s.
Yeah. Pitch from Pena, and a slider away, 2-2.
Ray Krause spent 84 in the green and gold, also played for Calgary and British Columbia up in the Canadian League, which is almost football.
They have something called a rouge. Here's the 2-2. And a swing and a high fly in right. Mitchell will drift under this, waits for it, and makes the one-hand grab. It's a 1-2-3 second inning. We go to the bottom half of the second. The Revs and Bees are scoreless.
Cheerleading takes on many different forms across many different age groups. In other words,
this is not your mother's cheerleading squad.
Flying feet. Today, cheering means youth pep squads, high school and college sideline squads, competition stunting squads, gymnastic tumbling squads, and every type of squad calls for different types of equipment. But no matter what they're cheering for, Flying Feet Sports Shoes has it. Flying Feet has been outfitting cheerleading programs throughout Central PA and Northern Maryland since 1982. They specialize in cheerleading shoes from Asics, Infinity, Kappa, and more, including a large inventory of cheer briefs and boycott shorts, bodysuits, and crop tops in all the right colors. Socks, warm-ups, carry bags, rain jackets, megaphones, pom-poms. Flying Feet has them all with prices that meet or beat internet suppliers. And because they're in stock, you can try them on.
Try doing that with your mouse.
Individuals, small squads, entire teams, no matter what you're cheering for. Flying Feet. 1511 Mount Rose Avenue, York, a half-mile west of exit 18 off I-83.
Hi, this is Tom Dasher, president of Tom Dasher Investment Services. I specialize in retirement planning and strategies to meet individual personal goals. Whether you are looking for wealth accumulation or to maximize your retirement income. Oh, heck, this is sounding just like another commercial. Hey, listen, it's this simple. We use risk-free investment vehicles, whether you are looking to still build wealth accumulation or you want retirement income or a combination of both. It is all about getting your money parked in the place that will benefit you the most. If you want to do that, call me. My office number is 246-3879 or my mobile is 487-2096 or contact me at my new website at tomdasher.com.
For local sports on your smartphone, search WOIK at the App Store.
No score. We go to the bottom of the second. Brian Pounds will lead things off. Big home run last night, extending his hitting streak to 7. 7th of the year. And that was big in that 5-run fourth and building collective belief in that comeback last night.
If you're talking about momentum, that is where it shifted. That is where things started going in the Reds' direction.
First pitch of the inning is on the inside corner, a strike.
Just like Mace was saying, in the last inning they were batting. In the third inning they scored 1, but that was on a double play ground ball. Bases loaded, nobody out. You can only manage 1. That can really deflate you as well.
Pitch here is low.
But Michael Rocket with a soft liner with 1 out in the bottom of the 4th brings up Pounds, who just snuck it over that wall to the right of the arch nemesis, and that's when things started happening good.
Here's a ground ball to shortstop, right at McGuigan. He'll glove it, throw it to first, 1 away. Yeah, it was, you could almost sense the Bees were hearing footsteps.
Or a buzzing in their ear. See what I did there?
Now, what did you do there? I didn't get it.
Explaining it ruins the joke.
Here's Keith Castillo. Big game in his start on Sunday, driving in 3, a double from each side of the plate. Pitch from Leverett is low, a fastball at 91. Lefty throws it pretty firmly. Castillo's 7th inning double, the go-ahead on Sunday as he taps this one foul against his own leg. 1 ball, 1 strike.
This isn't the first game that he's played sans beard in this ballpark, is it?
In this ballpark, actually, I believe it is, yes. He debuted it as a bullpen catcher one night. Pitch to him is grounded left side, and that's through, a base hit. Now Castillo, a solid ground ball that finds the hole on the left side of the infield. Revs with their 2nd hit. Castillo swinging the bat well from both sides of the plate here this week. bring up Michael Rocket. Rocket up to a tie for 8th in the league in hitting at .298. Leverett, the first pitch to him. It's inside with Rocket backing away. Hitting .515 now his last 8 games, 17 for 33. 2-hit game last night, his 6th multi-hit game the last 8 as he fouls this one off upstairs, first base side. Hitting .444 his last 14, .337 since June 9th. If we had a way to separate it and see where that ranked over the last 2 months, I bet he'd be right at the top. Pitch from Leverett, that's inside as he backs up. 1 on, 1 out here in the second inning, no score. Leverett into his stretch. Now deals, and a swing and a miss. Good rip at the fastball. Rocket rarely has a swing where he walks away thinking, boy, I didn't get everything behind that one. Did not get cheated. 2-2. Leverett back to the plate. And a ground ball toward the middle. At second, it's off the glove of Roof on a slide. Deflects it into center. And Castillo will round second and get back on safely. It'll be a base hit for Rocket. And it's first and second with 1 out as he continues to pile them up. This one, Roof got a glove on, sliding to his right, but that was the best he could do with it. Man, it's just as hot as it gets right now. Here's Brandon Chavez. Revs with their 3rd hit here in the early going off Leverett. No score. Chavez, the former B, in there. Switch hitter batting right. Hitting .257 with York. First pitch is shot the other way. Sliding backhander, though, by Griffin. His throw at second was high. The throw back to first is late. And they call Rocket out at second base, saying that McGuigan got back on the bag, but he was never on it. And they blew that call at second. It should have been bases loaded. Instead, it's first and third with 2 outs. He caught it outstretched above the bag and never touched it. And Mace knows there's no point to going out to argue it, but he's signaling from the dugout how far he thought their shortstop missed the bag, and it wasn't close.
And there's such a thing as a neighborhood play, but no, you'd have to annex 3 different neighborhoods for that to count that way.
Now they anticipated the out there and gave it to him. No, it's first and third with 2 outs. Here's Josh Wilson. First pitch is swung on and missed, trying to do it with 2 outs in the inning now. That wasn't even close.
Keith Hernandez, is that you?
It's the 0-1, and it misses down low. It's the other brother, Keith. Wilson at .247, 7 home runs. Number 1-1, and a swing and a pop-up foul out of play to the right. Went off a kid's hands, trying to make the bare hand catch. Hopefully he's all right. 1-2 on Wilson. Revs trying to draw first blood here in the second inning. Wilson taking a moment as he climbs back in. And he's ready, so is Leverett. Here's the 1-2, swing and a miss. Got him with a high fastball. So with help of that bad call, no runs on 2 hits, 2 men left. We go to the third, still no score.
The more we help the ones in need, the more progress our community will make.
By focusing on quality education, income opportunities, and basic health care,
all of York County can have access to the building blocks of a good quality of life.
Together we can load the bases for our community
and hit a home run.
Give generously to the 2016 United Way Community Fund.
Find out more and give now at unitedway-york.org.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called People's Bank Park. People's Bank has been serving York County for more than 150 years. Always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make York County great. And to you having a great time at People's Bank Park. People's Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Ross Brothers Barbecue is serving up the hits every Saturday night this season at People's Bank Park. Stop by Arch Street Eats on the third base corner and load up on delicious, fresh-made local barbecue. All of Ross' sauces and sides are made from scratch daily. All meats are smoked for an authentic barbecue done right. Ross Brothers also offers drive-through, dine-in, and carry-out from the restaurant at 3096 Carlisle Road in Dover, as well as delivery and full-service catering. Ross Brothers can cater any sized event from fundraisers to graduation parties to weddings. Ross Brothers Barbecue every Saturday night at People's Bank Park.
Your teams all the time. York's only place for local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOIK.
Head to the third, no score. And as Tony Pena gets ready, we'll pause for station identification. This is Revolution Radio.
First in York, first in sports. Your only local sports station. The new Sports Radio 1350, WOIK, York, Pennsylvania.
Third inning, John Griffin will lead things off for New Britain. Darrell Henry along with Will DeBoer here tonight from People's Bank Park. Revs a 4-game winning streak coming into this one. 16 games over 500 for the first time since the end of 2014. First pitch to Griffin is down and away, a slider to start the inning. 35-15 at home now after last night's win. Revs 17-6 since the All-Star break. That's not bad. There's the 1-0. And a swing and a miss, a slider that disappeared from Pena. Griffin at 281 with 8 home runs, 48 driven in. Has been kept to under 200 his last 10. Pena from the belt with the 1-1, and that misses outside. Pena early on tonight doing a much better job of working down in the zone. Some of the outs have been elevated, but a lot of the strikes and lead up earlier in counts have been down. The 2-1 and a bouncing ball toward the middle. Wilson at short cuts it off, fires on the run and handles it flawlessly. Not an easy play, ranging way to his left, but back toward the area behind second. He made it look easy for the first out.
Well, that's the mark of a shortstop who has been playing his position for almost 2 decades. Josh Wilson, a pro since 1999, has perfected all the basic and even mid-level and some advanced moves as a shortstop, and he made what was difficult for a beginner look easy for a longtime veteran.
A 1 strikeout, 5 flyouts, and now Pena's got his first ground out of the night. Here's Anthony Hewitt, who homered last night, hitting .227 with 8 home runs. Pena's pitch inside, a ball. Hewitt has heated up. Last 10, he's hitting .321. He's hit 3 of his 8 home runs against York, even though he's been under 200 against them for the year. The 1-0, And he fouls it back off the net. Most of his hits against the Revs have been for extra bases. Last night he came within a triple of the cycle. 3 for 4, drove in 3. Former Phillies first rounder, just like Golson. Hewitt is the K-man tonight also. A 1-1. And a ground ball, left side, pounds Dove. Wilson backhands. Wilson the throw. He got him at first. Pounds tried to get to it, but Wilson was there, deep and short to backhand it. And a lengthy throw was perfect.
Second verse, same as the first. Veteran shortstop.
He shows the skills to his left and now to his right. And with 2 away, Jake McGuigan stands in. McGuigan hitting .232. Pena the pitch, a slider, it's over for a strike. Apparently he had an invisible Inspector Gadget leg that we didn't see on that area code play that he made at second base last inning.
Oh.
Not even the neighborhood play, but there's the 0-1. And a fastball missed outside. No score here in the top of the third tonight. On the pitch. And a swing and a miss. A slider. Pena ahead. 1-2. McGuigan hit one of the home runs off Pena last week. He's got 2. They've been with New Britain for roughly a month. 1-2. Yeah, that's inside. He has to yank the hands back. Looked like he was leaning a bit, and Pena went in there to brush him back. Might very well be setting up a slider away. We'll see. There's the 2-2. And it was, and McGuigan flares it up the middle. He reaches for a base hit. A single into center and keeps the inning alive with 2 outs. It's the first base runner of the night against Pena. McGuigan, the more we see him, the more and more impressive he's been at the plate. We go to the top of the order, and James Skelton. His B-colored bat.
Did he dip that thing in honey before the game?
Black handle, gold on the barrel. First pitch is right over for strike 1. He swung at Pena's first pitch of the game and hit it deep in left center, but Witherspoon ran it down. Skelton 1 point off the league lead and on base. They move him back to the top tonight as he asks for time and backs out. Josh Bell of Lancaster, a higher on-base percentage. And the next one in the dirt. Runner took off. Castillo blocked it. Now snaps it to second, but it's late. And McGuigan took off and beats the throw. It's a wild pitch. Castillo kept it in front, but it's still a difficult play for a catcher after blocking it and not having it in your glove right away. A runner who's ready to take off as soon as it's in the dirt, which McGuigan did. So a runner at second. And Pena with the 1-1 and a grounder at first and grabbed neatly by Rivers. He drop stepped to give himself a little more room, picked it cleanly, takes it to the bag himself. It was hit sharply, but it'll end the inning. No runs, a 2-out single, and 1 runner left. We go to the bottom of the third inning, no score.
Take it from me, guys. You want to make life happier? Your wife wants a nicer lawn. The kind of lawn you see on Home and Gardens and Martha Stewart. Here's a hint. You're not alone. Call your pals at Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care. They've got away with lush lawns that the ladies like. And as you know, happy wifey, happy hubby. Winky Face, Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care. World-class care right in your backyard. 717-292-9994.
Need a quick oil change? Get spoiled at the Lube Center, home of the drive-through oil change, and now the Oil Cam, where you can watch us work from the driver's seat of your car. The Lube Center specializes in fast oil changes, preventative maintenance, and PA state inspections. Their personable staff will make you feel right at home 7 days a week. With 2 convenient locations, York in the Two Guys Shopping Center and Shrewsbury across from Home Depot. More than ever, it's easy to get spoiled at the Lube Center. Visit thelubecenter.com for more information. The Lube Center. Get spoiled.
Wednesdays are the worst. I've got to get the kids to school in time, to get to work, then it's just one long day of meetings. But hey, at least I don't have to worry about making dinner.
Kids eat free with People's Bank. Save money at every Wednesday home game.
So now when the Revs are in town, I just pull into a People's Bank, pick up that week's coupon, and dinner is done. Revolution Wednesdays? Awesome. Revolution!
Thanks to People's Bank, kids eat free at every Wednesday home game. No need to be a People's Bank customer. Just pick up your coupon at any People's Bank branch and do dinner at People's Bank Park. 1 coupon per child per game.
York Sports on your mobile device or online at WOIK1350.com.
No score, bottom of the third. Travis Witherspoon will lead it off at the top of the order. Should have had a chance to bat last inning, but 1 for 1 tonight. Singled on a shot to center leading off the first. Now will take his second cuts against Leverett. Witherspoon now 4 for 6 in this series. And Leverett, the pitch to him, and a swing and a miss. Started him with a changeup this time. Mitchell and Guzman do here as well. The wind and the pitch. And he shows a bunt, and a slider or a cutter just missed away. Our Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care home run contest tonight. Cody Kitzmiller, our contestant. Has a ball inside. And good luck, Cody. If the Revs hit a home run, you can win that prize pack. The pitch from the lefty and a foul back into the net. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Leverett, who's from Georgia, he went to Georgia Southern.
Hail Southern, as they say down there.
Isn't that the school that's going to use Turner Field now?
That might be State.
Oh, yeah. Here's a swing and a miss, a fastball up, and Witherspoon down on strikes.
And if you were down there, they'd have you by your thumbs at, you know, it's Southern, not State, and State, not Southern. It's a big rivalry.
Ah.
Yeah, because they're both GSUs. They both claim to be the real GSU. I'm sure Galveston State in Texas has that same sort of objection.
Yeah. Here's Jared Mitchell. And a breaking ball missed away, 1-0. Nobody confuses LSU.
No. Not at all.
Mitchell will line out to right in the first. Pitch here is swung on and missed.
You'd think no one would confuse USC either, but when you're down there, USC stands for South Carolina, not Southern California.
That's a good one. Tricky. There's the 1-1. And that's down low. 2 balls and a strike.
I'm sure South Carolina has a legitimate claim to be called USC. I mean, they were around first.
Leverett deals. And that's taken low. I wouldn't walk up to Keith and say that. He's our resident Trojan alum.
Ah, yes.
College football's like 22 days away or something like that. Here's a swing and a liner towards center and slicing down for a base hit. No, Mitchell muscles it up the middle. And he's a 1-out runner. The Revs with their 4th hit just need to bunch some of these together. Still in a scoreless game.
Mitchell always a threat to run. He's 17 for 18 stealing bases this year, and he's only been with the team a little over a month.
Amazing.
We'll see if he has a tougher time of it this time around with Leverett being a lefty, who always have the advantage when it comes to keeping an eye on base runners.
Here's Joel. And the first pitch is popped up right at first base. John Griffin right behind the bag and fighting it over to his right at the end, makes the catch.
See, Mitchell, he had the hands outstretched like he was trying to catch a football that was coming down. Of course, two-sport athlete at LSU. I think that might have messed with Griffin because he had to get around Mitchell, get his eyes off him, and then he stumbled forward.
By the way, Mitchell with the 17 steals through 30 games. If he played all 140 this year, that'd be a pace of 79. Oh, .33333. Here's Kevin Rivers, he takes low. 79 and a third steals is what he's on pace for this season.
It's got to be close to the Atlantic League record.
I have to tell you, it's not, amazingly, as Leverett throws over to first. Now, we haven't seen anything like this in, I guess you could call it the modern era. But Billy Hall in 2000 with Somerset stole 104.
Oh.
It was a called strike on Rivers. 1-1. I don't know, maybe they had a rule back then when you could steal first base somehow. That's a lot. Bobby Hill of Newark that same year stole 81. And then after that, 72 is the next highest. And there goes Mitchell. Rivers scrapes a foul back behind the plate, and Mitchell will head back 1-2.
Well, I could say for the Revs at least, that would shatter the Revs single season stolen base record.
Oh yeah.
Wilson Valdez, 55 back in 2014.
Speaking of early records, he had that by like the end of July that year. Previous record was 28 by Scott Grimes. Pitch to Rivers is down low. 2-2.
Well, Revs in their 10th season, still a young franchise by baseball standards, so one spectacular season in any category will give you a record and get you it pretty quickly.
We're seeing some drop here recently. Team and individual. Pitch to Rivers, a foul back to the net. Mitchell running again, and again he'll head back. At least he'll be loose once one might get put in play.
By the way, Darryl, I got Jared Mitchell's stolen base numbers against left-handers. 3 for 4. The only time he's been caught has been with a lefty as your pitcher. 14-0 against righties.
Let's see if he goes again. They set up in, and he will not. Pitch to Rivers is high and tight, so now he'll have free rein to go with a full count and 2 outs. No score, bottom of the third. Rivers, one of the Revs' most consistent hitters since joining the team. Hitting cleanup tonight with Dre getting the night off. And the 3-2, Mitchell runs. Rivers lines it right field, but right at Golson. Is tiptoeing toward his right, and he's there to squeeze it. No, hit pretty well, but the game will remain scoreless through 3. No runs on 1 hit and 1 left. It's on to the 4th. Will DeBoer with the call as the Revs and Bees are scoreless.
Smith, Mayer & Little is a holistic wealth management group with one product, advice. We aim to simplify our clients' lives, help them retire comfortably, and build lasting legacies for their families and the causes they care about. Our purpose is simple, to make a meaningful difference in the lives of our clients, our community, and the world in which we live with the advice we provide. Smith, Mayer & Little, a wealth of knowledge about wealth. We make our living by making a difference. Visit us at financialjava.com.
Janney Montgomery Scott LLC, member NYSE, FINRA, and SIPC. Let's welcome back the second most famous groundhog in Pennsylvania. So, Gus, if you were a superhero, what would your name be and what power would you have?
Well, I'm a groundhog, so I'd like to fly. And I'd be Wonder Gus.
Much like Wonder Bucks, the new instant game from the Pennsylvania Lottery with top prizes of $300 grand.
Now that's a super prize.
Until next time, folks.
Keep on scratching.
The Pennsylvania Lottery. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day.
Eric Hosmer's got nothing on this. Mad Dash Grilled Cheese is comfort food at its finest. Mad Dash is Central PA's favorite artisan grilled cheese truck, bringing you creative concoctions with the freshest and most flavorful ingredients. Available for food truck festivals, weddings, corporate, and private caterings. Find Mad Dash this year along the third base line at Peoples Bank Park for all York Revolution home games. Call 717-574-5168 or visit online at mad-grilledcheese.com. Mad Dash Artisan Grilled Cheese. Welcome home.
First in York, first in sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Top of the fourth from Peoples Bank Park. Revs and Bees scoreless. Tony Pena's faced one above the minimum through his first 3 innings. 2-out single to Jake McWiggin in the third. His only blemish in the hit column. So he'll face the 2, 3, and 4 hitters for New Britain, Golson, Rosa, and Maddox. And first is Greg Golson, who struck out his first time up, the only strikeout victim against Pena tonight. And Tony walks up off of the hill, just something with his right cleat, and now he's ready. Stands low to get the crouch from Castillo. Into the set at the belt. And the first pitch to Golson is taken, letter high, a called strike 1. Pena has lost his last 7 decisions as a starter after starting out the season 5-0, trying to get back on track and certainly encouraging through the first 3. 0-1, high and tight on Golson, 1 ball and 1 strike. It's the first time that he's been a starter consistently since 2005 with the Tennessee Smokies AA, then the Diamondbacks affiliate. Made 25 starts in 2005, 7-13 with a 4.43 ERA, and as a ground ball shot up the middle, a base hit for Greg Golson. So 2 of the last 3 Bs to come up have reached, and New Britain's got the leadoff man aboard for the first time tonight. Golson, a touch of speed. He's stolen 15 on the year, caught 5 times. We'll see if he'll be in motion with Jovan Rosa coming up. Rosa flew out to left field his first time up. That's that ball that was in the in-between space in left and center. Witherspoon made chase, and Rocket eventually called him off to make the catch. Pena the stretch in the first pitch. Just off the end of the bat, a swinging bunt by Rosa, and it's 0-1. Pena, of course, made his bones as a relief pitcher in the major leagues. 63 holds, that's tops in Diamondbacks history. And a reliever for the Revs last season, 2.75 ERA in 36 relief appearances. Short lead for Rosa. And the 0-1 pitch popped him up right side of the infield, hooking foul. Rivers has plenty of space just between the line and the coach's box, and he makes the catch. Rosa fouls off, and it's 1 away. Pena was even a closer back in 2014, led Laguna and eventually Monterey. 28 saves at the back end of the bullpen for them. He ranked 3rd in the Mexican League. And had 25 saves for Laguna last year before coming over to York at the end. Now trying to get into his rhythm as a starter and get back out of this rut. Craig Maddox takes a breaking ball just out of the zone, ball 1. No score, top of the 4th inning. 4 hits for York, 2 for New Britain. Maddox does not have one of them. He flew out to deep right field his first time up. Warning track in right center out in front of the big video scoreboard. Mitchell able to run it down. There goes Golson, the 1-0 fastball outside. Castillo's throw is on the money, and it is not in time. Josh Wilson raising up the hands in a shrug, thinking he got him. The throw was there. The call was not from Brian Miller, the first base umpire. So Greg Golson steals his 16th base of the season. Awfully close. Oh, if we can run the replay one more time, that'd be great to see. Here it comes, thank you. And the ball was never in his glove. The ball was on the ground rolling when he applied the tag. And there's a breaking ball that catches the zone. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. He did not have complete control of the catch when he applied the tag. Close as that is, it appeared, at least from the replay, to be the right call. Two-one pitch and a bouncer over to second, taken on 2 hops by Chavez. He goes to first in time, 2 away. Golson advances to third. It works like a swinging bunt. And that's the second out of the inning. Golson, the first run of the game, now 90 feet from the plate, trying to break up a scoreless deadlock. Jonathan Roof with the chance to bring him in. Roof lined out to center field his first time up. Oh, thank you. And the first pitch from Pena is lifted foul and out of play over the first base luxury suites, and it's 0-1. Visitor with a sugar cookie dropping by. Thank you, stranger. Joys of having a press box on the walkway. Roof digging in. He's got a stance kind of like Josh Wilson's. Square and the hands straight up. 0-1 pitch, a fastball. Found his target but missed the zone. It's outside for ball 1. Now it's close to outer black. Brian DeBrouwer with a no call behind the plate. Golson on third, 2 outs. Pena the kick and the 1-1 pitch, low and away. Castillo slides to his right to grab it, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Half past the 7 o'clock hour here in downtown York, Pennsylvania. Beautiful Tuesday night for baseball. Just about to enter twilight time. So we're about a couple of months past the solstice, so the sky getting darker earlier. 2-1 pitch, just fouled off by the end of the bat. And now deuces go wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Roof the batter, Pena the pitcher. Pena staring in to get the sign from Castillo. He has got it. A look over to Golson at third, a short lead for him. The 2-2 pitch and a little tapper in front of the plate. Pena charging off the hill, and he'll have no play for it as he skipped across the turf. He tried to avoid Castillo, who slid for that ball as well. No play. Roof to first with an infield single. Golson scores, and it's 1-0 New Britain. A swinging bunt, and he put it right where he needed it to go. Sometimes you don't need to get that much on it. So New Britain scores first. Once again, it is the, dating back to last homestand, 8th time in 9 home games that the Revs have been scored upon first. And they have a winning record in those games. Here's Michael Kraus. The first pitch is drilled deep left center field. Rocket giving chase, and it'll drop in front of, behind him and go all the way to the LED board. Roof is rounding third. The throw coming home from Wilson is not in time. It's an RBI double from Michael Kraus, and it is 2-0 New Britain. Krause with a rocket shot off of the bat. And even with the speedy rocket and Witherspoon in left and center field, that one moving so fast. That's how you thread the needle against a quilted outfield. Well, John Griffin will try and keep the line rolling. He is 0 for 1. Bounce out to short in the third inning. Pena will have to try and shake it off. First extra base hit against him in this game. Second time through the order. And the first pitch, a fastball, grooved right down George Street. It's 0-1. 2-0 Bees, top of the fourth inning. The wind is slight. American flag fluttering from right to left over behind the Maple Donuts sign in right center field. There goes the runner. The 0-1 pitch is low, and the throw down to third base is not in time. Michael Krause steals third base. That's his 30th of the season. He is the league leader. Check that, 30th with New Britain. He's got 40 between the Bees and the Lancaster Barnstormers. So 1-1 the count to Griffin. Pena the kick, and here comes the pitch. Cut fastball, outer black, and the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. Griffin, the 27-year-old from Bradenton, Florida. He is ready. Castillo setting up outside on him. 1-2 from Pena is fouled off and out of play down the first base side. And we will do it again at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Griffin, a Long Island Duck last season, hit .232 for the Long Islanders with 13 homers and 57 RBIs over 92 games. Now with the Bees. And the 1-2 pitch from Pena, swung on and missed for strike 3. A fastball high and outside. Griffin gave chase, and he goes down. Second strikeout for Pena to retire the side, but the Bees strike with a couple of 2-out RBIs. Roof and Krause, a single and a double. In all, 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, 1 left on base. Middle of the fourth, your score, New Britain 2, York nothing on the WOYK Revs Radio Network.
Come and celebrate 10 years of York Revolution baseball with the Celebrate York Series presented by Memorial Hospital. The series honors significant contributions from York, Pennsylvania's most notable events and favorite citizens with giveaways every Friday night home game. The series continues on Friday, August 12th with a Jeff Koons bobblehead giveaway. Visit YorkRevolution.com for more details. It's the Celebrate York Series, proudly presented by Memorial Hospital for the York Revolution's 10th anniversary season.
Payne doesn't take Sunday off. Neither do we. We're open weekdays 8 to 8 and weekends 9 to 6. Just walk into WellSpan Urgent Orthopedics, 2319 South George Street in York, across from the Apple Hill Health Campus. Visit wellspan.org/urgent orthopedics today.
Getting pumped for another year of high school football? All this month, Sports Radio 1350 WOIK lays it all out for you in the High School Football Spotlight, presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine. Catch a preview every day in August on Sports Radio 1350 as we break down the teams and the players of the 2016 York Adams League. Or go to WOIK1350.com to access this year's complete lineup of high school football previews. Then, this fall, every Friday night, it's the High School Football Game of the Week, presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine. Only here on Sports Radio 1350.
Your county, your teams. Sports Radio 1350 WOIK. First in York, first in sports.
Two 2-0 Bees, last of the fourth inning. Pounds, Castillo, and Rocket do up against Jared Leverett, who's got a lead to work with for the first time tonight. A pair of 2-out RBIs for the Bees. That little nubber in front of the plate by Jonathan Roof, and then the double by Michael Krause. So about
as short as a ball can travel to drive in a run, and as far as a ball can travel to drive in a run and stay in this ballpark. And that's how the Bees did it. First pitch to Pounds is taken, outer black for called strike one. Pounds a 0 for 1 today. He bounced out to short back in the second inning. Lever at the line, and the 0-1 pitch is fouled off the end of the bat, straight back to the backstop. And the count 0-2. Pounds on a roll since coming back from injury. In his 20 games since sitting out for much of the time before the All-Star break, hitting .272. As the 0-2 pitch jams him, and he lifts it foul and out of play into the bleachers on the first base side, and going home with a lucky fan from Fawn Grove. 2 home runs, 3 doubles, a triple, and 11 runs driven in the 20 games he has played since coming back from that injury. 0-2 pitch, and he fouls another one back. Lots of oohs and ahs from the crowd and the PA system in the last minute or so. We had the racing fruit go on as our between the inning promotion, and 3 times the fruit took a tumble. 0-2 pitch, a fastball, he left it away, ball 1. Now that's one way to get a fruit smoothie, have them run around the bases and fall over each other. The banana especially was slipping. Not surprised. 1-2 pitch swung on and missed for strike 3. Got him with a fastball, letter high. Pounds is retired by way of decay. It's the 4th punch out for Leverett, and it's the first out of the 4th inning. Now Keith Castillo, who singled and got to 3rd his first time up. Rolled one right through the hole on the left side of the infield. He'll step in again. Leverett, the windup and the first pitch swung on, grounded towards 3rd, scooped by Rosa. Double clutch throw to first in time, 2 away. Same idea for Keith. He just hooked it a bit to the left where Rosa could get to it. So now here's Michael Rocket, who singled and was erased on that controversial fielder's choice play back in the 2nd inning. 3-6 officially, but Griffin, the first baseman's throw, appeared to drag McWiggin off the bag as Rocket fouls one back down the first base side and bouncing off of the dugout. There is such a thing as a neighborhood play, of course, to give the middle infielder the benefit of the doubt if he hasn't entirely touched the base for the safety of the ball player. But now that neighborhood was a large neighborhood if it is one, and Rocket grounds one towards short. McWiggin has it, scoops sidearms. The first in time, side retired. So freshly with a cushion, Leverett leans into it, and he needs just 9 pitches to get through the Revs. 1-2-3 in the 4th inning. At the end of the 4th, your score: New Britain 2, York nothing on the WOYK Revs Radio Network.
You hear a lot about CPAP masks these days, but here's something you don't hear much about. Over half of the people who wear a CPAP mask for sleep stop wearing it within a year. How's that working for you? Dr. Gordon Bell would like you to hear this. York Dental Sleep Therapy has dental options that can help many of those people. If you or someone you live with is struggling with sleep apnea, visit yorksleep.com and see how Dr. Gordon Bell can help return your home to peaceful nights of deep, restful sleep. If you're groggy during the workday, if you wake up feeling exhausted, if you would like to get your nighttime sleep patterns back to a healthy state, get a confirmation from your doctor, then meet with Dr. Bell at his office on West Market Street in Hallam. He'll evaluate your symptoms and discuss which treatments would best suit your situation. Dr. Bell can restore restful sleep and get you feeling better day and night. York Dental Sleep Therapy. Call 316-1299 or visit yorksleep.com to learn more.
Come on, Colin!
Cowherd.
I thought the fight was so intense that it will now define Joey Bats. When a guy loses a fight, that sticks with him forever. And we said, of the top 5 or 6 punches ever delivered outside of a ring, I would say of the top 5 or 6 I've ever seen Odor yesterday is one of those punches.
This is The Herd with Colin Cowherd. Weekdays at 3 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. Follow York Sports on your Android. Search Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
To the top of the 5th we go. New Britain 2, York nothing. Tony Pena will try and keep that deficit at just 2. He'll face the 8, 9, and 1 hitters. It's Hewitt, McWigan, and Skelton. And first is Anthony Hewitt, who's 0 for 1 with a ground out. First pitch to him, a breaking ball, left letter high, but in the zone, a called strike 1. Hewitt is the designated K-man today. A strikeout for him is breadsticks for everybody else. He's a good bet. He struck out 86 times in his first 78 games. And the 0-1 from Tony is rolled foul towards the third base dugout. Hewitt to a knee to get to that one, and now he is down in the count 0-2. And here come the breadstick chants. Pena looks in. Long set for Tony. Now he finally likes what he sees. The kick and the 0-2. And a fly ball out into right field, shallow. Mitchell running on for it, and he makes a running catch. 1 away. Mitchell kicking it into high gear to get to a ball that drops in front of slower right fielders, and that's the first out of the 5th inning. Our out-of-town scoreboard is brought to you by York Mitsubishi. It's a full Tuesday night of action in the Atlantic League. Our only other game from last night was Somerset at Long Island. They're in the bottom of the 4th now from Bethpage Ballpark, with the Ducks down 3-1 over the Patriots. They're trying to get back to 500 in the second half. First pitch to Jake McWigan, a fastball, missing away, ball 1. Other games right now in Lancaster, top 3, Barnstormers down 1-0 to Southern Maryland. And bottom of the 2nd from Bridgeport, with the Bluefish down 2-0 against the Sugarland Skeeters. Pena with a 1-0 pitch, and a tapper just to the right of the mound. Pound scoops, quick throw over to first base, too quick. It is by Rivers. It bounces off of the side panel in front of where the Revolution relief pitchers are. Pounds had to get on his high horse with that play. And the throw was well out of reach of Rivers. Now they're still going to call this one an error, it appears, from first glance at Brian's computer, our scorekeeper. It's borderline, that's for sure. Brian will go and confirm that. When he comes back, we'll know whether it's a hit or an error. In any case, McWigan is on for the 2nd time today, and he flips the order. James Skelton up next. And the first pitch to the man with the B bat is away for ball 1. Skelton with that nectar-inducing lumber is 0 for 2. Lined out to center and then grounded out to first base. And they will charge an error on Pounds on that play as Pena misses away with the breaking ball. 2 balls and no strikes now to Skelton. 2-0 New Britain, top of the 5th inning. The 11th error of the season for Pounds over at third base. 2-0 pitch, a fastball way outside, and it's 3 balls and no strikes. Pena up to 62 pitches through 4 1/3 innings. He's got McWiggin, who has marginal speed, over on first base with a short lead. The 3-0 pitch outside, ball 4. James Skelton, no stranger to getting on base. He's 1 point behind Josh Bell of Lancaster for the league lead in on-base percentage. And he ups the ante this time, taking a 4-pitch walk. So now with 1 out and runners on first and second base, Greg Golson has a chance to bolster this New Britain lead. First, Keith Castile will come out and have a talk with this pitcher, trying to build up his battery mate for the night. Golson today, a single, a stolen base, and a run. His gap potential, 12 doubles so far this season, a couple of triples and a home run. Anything in the gap may score 2 runs, although Skelton, the catcher, is the man on first base. Pena's first offering swung on and missed for strike 1. Golson was sitting fastball all the way, and Pena had a bit of cut to his pitch. So the count now 0-1. Twilight time descending on Peoples Bank Park. Nice mixes of shades of blue in the sky right now. The 0-1 pitch, ground ball over to second. Chavez has it, flip to Wilson, throw across to first, double play. 4-6-3, just how Mama drew it up. And that will retire the side. For the Bees, no runs on no hits, an error, and 1 left on base. Middle of the 5th, your score, New Britain 2, York nothing on the WOYK Revs Radio Network.
Brimmer has been York's license and notary specialist since 1969. An approved online messenger for PennDOT, it offers registration and driver's license renewals, online title transfers, money orders, and notary service, all with the friendly staff that guarantees your satisfaction. For more information on Brimmer's convenient hours and fast service, call 717-699-1060 in York or visit them on the web at brimmers.com. Brimmer Fast Licensing and Notary Service with 4 convenient locations in York and Lancaster.
Get into the ball game with great savings and great weekly specials at your Sure Save neighborhood markets. Use your gold card every time you shop and you automatically receive savings and rewards. And get incredible deals on the new Best Yet brand products at Saubel's Markets, Wetzel's Market, and also at Nell's Market Fresh Foods. Always a hit and always great savings.
Have you got game? Do you love playing baseball? If you're between the ages of 8 and 16 and want to take your skills to the next level with more competitive play, try out for the York Young Revolution. The York Young Revolution is an elite tournament baseball organization that offers you the opportunity to play a higher caliber baseball as well as to play with other players who love the game just as much as you do. York Young Revolution will be hosting tryouts in August. Visit YorkYoungRevolution.com and click on the registration button to take your skills to the next level. York Young Revolution is a 501c3 not-for-profit organization.
There's only one place for local high school sports. Sports Radio 1350.
We head to the last of the 5th inning. The Revs down 2-0. They will send the 8, 9, and 1 hitters to the plate against the starting pitcher, Jarrett Leverett. Leverett had a fine go of it so far, 4-hit shutout through his first 4 innings. Now he'll face Brandon Chavez, the switch hitter, batting from the right side. Reach on a fielder's choice in the 2nd inning, and Chavi takes at the belt a called strike 1. If the Revs come back and win this game, it will be their 37th comeback victory of the season. That would break a team record as Chavez fouls one back to the screen, 0-2. 36 comeback victories for both the 2008 and 2014 Revolution squads. Both of those teams made the playoffs. And this is true of the Revs in every even year, as Chavez takes on the outside corner a called strike 3. Got him with a fastball at 88. And that's the first out of the inning.
The Revs made the playoffs 6 times in their 10-year history, including this year. 2011, they won the Atlantic League Championship, repeating after winning it in 2010. And all 5 even years, they have made the playoffs. 08, 10, 12, 14, and now 16. Josh Wilson, a strikeout victim, his first time up, and he flies one out to deep left field. Hewitt going back on it to the track, and he makes the catch in front of the manual scoreboard, just under where the numbers for the 6th inning would go. Wilson just getting under one. He has lived on that wall this season. 8 wall ball hits, a couple of home runs over the arch nemesis, but it needed to be 280 for him to clear at that time. So 2 up and 2 down, and Travis Witherspoon up for the 3rd time tonight. Spooney 1 for 2 in this game, a single to lead things off in the 1st. And he got to second on a wild pitch, a slider taken on the outside corner. 0-1 to Travis Witherspoon. 2-0 Bees, bottom of the 5th inning. Leverett's 0-1 pitch is a slider that's below the knees, taken for ball 1. Witherspoon 4 hits already in his last 2 games. And there's a foul tip out of the mitt of Skelton, who chases it up the line. Upline. And he'll toss it back to Leverett, who is ahead in the count 1-2 on Travis Witherspoon. Spooney digs back in, taps the plate once, and cocks the bat back. Waving the bat, Gary Sheffield-esque. 1-2 pitch, a fastball rung in on him, and it's 2-2. Deuce is wild at 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs. Leverett into the windup. Here comes the pitch, and it's just dribbled foul, dribbled off of Skelton, who will walk it off, readjust the leg, get that blood flowing just correctly. And we will do it again at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Witherspoon ready, so is Leverett. Shrug of the shoulders from the southpaw pitcher. And now the 2-2 pitch is in there. A strike 3 called, a fastball at the knees, and Witherspoon is not happy at all. Barking to himself, pausing for a second to let DeBrouwer think about his call, but now he will drop the batting helmet and bat for the bat boy to take back with him. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Jared Leverett. He has retired now 8 in a row. At the end of the 5th inning, your score, New Britain 2, York 0 on the WOYK Revs Radio Network.
They leave their homes and families every day just as we do, to go to work. Yet their workday involves doing things nobody wants to do, from the mundane duty of traffic control, to the heartbreak of an accident scene, to the unknown dangers of responding to a 911 call. Police work can be a thankless role in today's society. Maple Donuts recognizes that our police force gives us their dedication to the job, and for that we owe them our thanks. Although we can't possibly express our gratitude for their choice to take on such a needed role in our community, as a small token of our appreciation, Maple Donuts proudly says, "Officer, the coffee's on us." Any on-duty officer who stops by any Maple Donuts location will receive a free cup of Maple Donuts' famous coffee. And to officers throughout the York, Lancaster, and Harrisburg areas, thank you for choosing to serve your community.
Maple Donuts taste right.
Well, I finally did it. I took my dad's advice and joined his credit union.
Which one?
PSECU. I'm eligible because my dad's a member, but I joined through work.
Really? I thought you had to work for the state.
A lot of people think that, but there are lots of ways to be eligible.
I'm not really thrilled with my bank and all their fees. I need to check them out.
Definitely. It's worth the switch.
PSCCU is the credit union for you. Find your way at psccu.com/join. This credit union is federally insured by the National Credit Union Administration, Equal Opportunity Lender.
Hi, this is Dan Patrick. Join me weekday mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Top of the 6th, Revs down 2-0. You're talking fuel. Well, Paul Fletcher, the pitching coach for the Revs, just adds some fuel to the fire. He has been ejected from the game.
our guest from Arguing Balls and Strikes from Brian DeBrouwer's zone, but he was tossed right after we went to commercial after the 5th inning was over, and now we will bring our ejection expert, Darrell Henry, back into the booth to translate.
I've seen a lot of them over the years, Will, and he got tossed from the dugout apparently for saying something, and in typical fashion, it was you had to question what the call was. Mace had to come out halfway and ask what just happened, and I think at first he thought it was him, but they informed him that it was Fletch, and then Fletch had a few more things to say on the way off.
Well, the first pitch to Jovan Rosa from Tony Pena misses low for ball 1.
But it was from the dugout, so again, I think it caught everybody by surprise. It's not like he came running out. Whatever he said from the dugout got the attention of their ears, and that was that.
Rosa 0 for 2 today. Pena the kick, and the 1-0 pitch swung on and missed for strike 1. Cut fastball. Rosa might have gotten a piece of it, but Castillo squeezes the foul tip. Well, Pena, aside from that 4th inning where he gave up a couple of runs, has put together a quality start. A nice bounce back for him, limiting the damage to just 2 runs in his first 5 innings and keeping the pitch count relatively low as well. 64 pitches in his first 5 innings. And Rosa lines a soft one into center field. That'll drop in front of Witherspoon for a base hit. Leadoff single for Jovan Rosa. And the Bees have life in the top of the 6th inning. They scored back in the 4th after getting the leadoff man aboard. The only other time they have gotten the first man in the inning on base in this game. We're getting some sort of Morse code or something from our buddy Chris Knobloch in the New Britain booth. It looks like a relief pitcher. Dupre, I think he was signaling for. And there's a ground ball through the whole right side. Chavez kicks it into foul ground. It's underneath the benches for the bullpen. So a single from Craig Maddox. And they'll charge an error against Chavez, which allowed Rosa to take the extra base going to 3rd base.
Yeah, it was a similar effort to that great play that he made Sunday at Southern Maryland. Rivers wasn't able to reach it, so Chavez trying to slide out to the outfield grass to make a play, but unfortunately for him this time, his foot just got in the way, and it was a hard kick all the way over to the Revs bullpen.
Now a tight spot for Pena. Men on the corners, nobody out, and Jonathan Roof coming up to bat. Roof an RBI single and a run back in the 4th inning. First pitch to him, popped him up, right side of the infield. Chavez locating, gives up in the grass of right center. He makes the catch. Tagging but deking is Rosa from 3rd base. And that is a key first out for Tony Pena here in this top of the 6th inning. Michael Krause up now, and Keith Castillo, the catcher, signaling 1 out, guys. Pena puts one on the ground off Krause's bat. You got a shot at doubling him off, but Krause, the league leader in stolen bases, is not going to go down without kicking up some dust behind his cleats. Krause an RBI double and a stolen base back in the 4th inning. He bats with Rosa on 3rd, Maddox on 1st. 1 out. Revs down 2-0. Krause bunting, and he tries to drag it up the first base line, but rolls it foul. Stabbed at it as the noise of flatulence entertains the masses here at People's Bank Park. And Darrell.
Yes, I'm definitely a proud member of the masses.
You can't spell mass without, well, ma.
That's right.
Krause digs back in. Short lead for Maddox off of first base, if you can even call it a lead. Pena, the rock and the roll, and a bouncer foul off of the end of Krause's back and trickling toward the on-deck circle where John Griffin awaits. Now Pena ahead in the count 0-2. Krause with a plate tap.
Readjusts the batting helmet, shrugs the shoulders a second time. Now he is ready. So is Pena. 0-2 is the count. Tony wheels and deals. And a dribbler foul once again. Jammed Kraus on the hands, and he's just able to nick it to stay alive. Pena staring in at Castillo as they try and work up a game plan. They've got something. 0-2, a fastball left upstairs, ball one.
Pena's had a solid outing tonight. Right now he's fighting to keep that line as good as it deserves to be, and obviously to keep this game close, but very encouraging the way that he's bounced back tonight and has command of this game, aside from his team having yet to score.
1-2 pitch. Looped foul and out of play. Deflecting off of the Sweets and falling into the crowd on the first base side, where it becomes a souvenir to a fan from Stewartstown. And now Kraus will see a sixth pitch in this showdown. 2-0 Bees for the moment. Rosa and Maddox on the corners. One down. And the 1-2 pitch. That's a breaking ball low and away. Nice block from Castillo. Pena tried to get him fishing. Kraus not biting.
And you always want to, as a catcher, get your body in front of it if you can. And sometimes catchers get in trouble trying to get in front when it's in between. Yeah, maybe it'd be easier to backhand. Keith had to fight to get over in front of that, but nice job to get the body wide and get square to it.
Count now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pena, the kick and the pitch. Ground ball over to short. Scoop by Wilson. Juggles it. Flips to Chavez. The throw across the first is not in time for the speedy Kraus. In to score is Rosa. And on at first with an RBI fielder's choice is Michael Kraus. It is now 3-0 New Britain.
Yeah, and the juggle didn't slow it down a lot. It was almost like a little snow cone, but within the motion of Wilson fielding that, even if he had it completely cleanly, and Kraus didn't hit it all that hard, he might well have beaten it out anyway.
Brings up John Griffin, who's 0 for 2. Pena's first pitch swung on and missed for strike one. Snap throw back to first base, not in time as Kraus dives back into the bag. Quick action at Peoples Bank Park. Michael Kraus boosting up New Britain's lead as the Bees, who were known for their pitching earlier on in the season, have been in control of this game. Pena with a toss over to first to hold Kraus aboard. A 3-0 lead against the original Bee rotation would seem to be almost insurmountable. The Revs have lost a couple of 1-0 games against New Britain this year, but all those guys are gone now. New Britain's pitching reputation preceded it and brought all the Major League organizations into the fold. 0-1 pitch, fastball outside, another snap throw back to first base by Castillo. Jared Leverett converted to the rotation recently. Has put a lid on the Revs, and Pena is trying to keep it within at least 3 runs should the Revs bats finally lock in against Leverett. There goes Kraus. Griffin fouls it off out of play down the first base side, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes.
They had 6 players get signed, all pitchers. Pretty much their whole rotation.
Oh, there was their whole rotation.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was. The whole thing. And then what remained in the bullpen a couple of weeks ago, they weren't happy with and completely overhauled that.
Okay, you set the 1-2 pitch, and a line shot into center. That drops for a base hit. Witherspoon in front of it. Kraus going first to third. Witherspoon with a rifle to third base. The throw is in time, but the tag is not.
Witherspoon had a strong throw, and the bounce brought Pounds' mitt up to try and catch the ball. The third base umpire, Derek Moshe, saying he didn't get the tag down in time. Bang, bang, and it was Krause's bang that won out. There's the bounce by Pounds, and Krause did, in fact, get his left foot in underneath the tag. Mark Mason coming out to argue, but he will say his piece and head back to the dugout.
I think with Fletch, you know, I think the frustration was on the strikeout on Witherspoon, put him over the top, but some of the safe out calls on the bases earlier tonight, I think, have been the ones that have been more frustrating than balls and strikes. That's just my perspective. That play there, it did look like they got it right by about an inch.
Anthony Hewitt 0 for 2 today. He takes a strike right down the middle for ball 1.
Well, never mind. Take it back.
Hot takes in the booth here as Hewitt grounds one foul towards the backstop. It's 1 ball and 1 strike.
Everett's seen enough.
Everett's seen it all.
Yeah.
Hewitt's put one on the ground and put one in the air. If he comes up empty on 3 strikes, it's breadsticks for everybody. Pena really needs a strikeout right here. Second and third with 2 outs in the 6th. 1-1 pitch, a fastball, tailing in on him, and it's 2 balls and a strike. 3-0 New Britain on top. 1 home in this inning and perhaps not done yet. It's Krause on third, Griffin on second with 2 down. Pena eyeing his catcher. Now he sets at the belt. The kick and the 2-1 pitch. Slider low and away, 3 balls and 1 strike. Well, you've got first base open and a light hitting shortstop in Jake McWiggin due up next. Pena playing carefully with Anthony Hewitt, who has homered earlier in this series and doubled both of his first 2 at-bats yesterday. So Pena now ready. Rifles home the 3-1 pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 2. Came in on him with a cut fastball at 87. Castillo setting up outside. It was a false flag. So now a payoff pitch coming. Pena to Hewitt. The pitch of the game to this moment coming right now. As soon as he gets the sign, and now he's got it. Tony Pena is ready. The payoff pitch, fouled away. Now towards the picnic area, and we will do it again. Hewitt steps out, he readjusts his batting helmet, now he saunters back into the box. Gold and black cleats shining in the artificial light on a Tuesday night in South Central PA. Pena's 3-2, swung on and missed for strike 3. Got him with a slider. Sticks bread for everybody in the house. Tony Pena, a massive strikeout to strand men in scoring position. But the Bees do add 1 run on Michael Krause's RBI fielder's choice. 1 run on 3 hits, 1 error, and 2 left on base. Middle of the 6th, your score, New Britain 3, York nothing on the WOYK Revs Radio Network.
If you have ever been charged with a crime, you know it can be a frightening and stressful time. You have a right to legal representation that is crucial to assisting you through this difficult time. Criminal charges often carry consequences beyond fines, and often charges such as DUI can have an impact on your driver's license, employment, and automobile insurance. The law offices of Griffith, Lerman, Lutz, and Scheib can help you in these matters. We have experienced attorneys who primarily focus on these areas and are prepared to represent your interest in a diligent and vigorous manner to achieve the best possible result for you and protect your rights under the U.S. Constitution. Our experience, skills, and candid advice will guide you through this process and help you obtain the best result under the particular circumstances of a case. Call us today at 757-7602 for a free consultation or visit us at our website at gslsc.com. Griffith, Lerman, Lutz, and Scheib, 110 South Northern Way, York, Pennsylvania. Attorneys licensed in Pennsylvania and Maryland.
This is the Dan Patrick Show.
Just like to say that y'all rock, man.
Is Tom Brady now suspended?
Yes.
The Associated Press says appeals court rules Patriots quarterback Tom Brady must serve 4-game deflategate suspension.
Fritzy, call for Tom Brady.
I'm on it.
And if not, Giselle. And then Robert Kraft. He's got 4 months here. What can he do in 4 months here with an appeal?
This is basically where we were last year.
Yeah.
Dan Patrick.
Mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 1350 WOIK. All about local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOIK.
We head to the last of the 6th inning. Bees up 3-0. Let's pause 10 seconds for station ID on the WOIK Revs Radio Network.
First in York. First in sports. Your only local sports station. The new Sports Radio 1350. WOIK, York, Pennsylvania.
Will DeBoer, Darrell Henry with you live from Peoples Bank Park in York, Pennsylvania, where the Revs will try and start a rally against Jared Leverett. They will send Mitchell, Guzman, and Rivers, the 2, 3, and 4 hitters, up in this bottom of the 6th inning. New Britain fortifying the lead as Michael Krause picked up an RBI on a fielder's choice in the top of the 6th inning. Jared Mitchell lifts one foul and out of play down the third base side, and it's 0-1 to Jay Mitch, who is 1 for 2 today. Singled with 1 out in the 3rd. That was the last hit for the Revs and their last base runner, as Jared Leverett is locked in and retired 8 in a row. 0-1 pitch swung on and missed for strike 2. A breaking ball that ends up in the dirt. And it's no balls and 2 strikes to Mitchell. Revs in pursuit of lucky number 37. Comeback victories, that is. Got a ways to go. 0-2 pitch is sliced foul over Arch Street, eats way out of here down the foul ground in the third base side. It's 0-2. Now the 0-2 from Leverett is low for ball 1. Fastball dips well low of the knees. So Jarrett will come back and deliver a 1-2 pitch. Jammed him on the hands, and Mitchell fouls it off. The count stays at 1-2. New Britain's 7 hits, 3 runs on those 7 hits with no errors. The Revs, no runs, 4 hits and 2 errors. A rare sight to see the Revs held scoreless at this point in a home game, as Leverett misses low and away for ball 2. Sliding block by Skelton. They've only been shut out once at home. 3 and 6 in shutouts overall. They're still within striking distance, within 3 runs here, down 3-0 in the 6th. The 2-2 pitch, low and away on a slider, and Mitchell, who was down in the count 0-2, has fought all the way back to make it full. York 21-4 in home games decided by 2 or fewer runs. Always in it, certainly down just 3. Payoff pitch is rolled foul down the first base line, and Mitchell will see a 9th pitch in this showdown. Jared, the climax of the excitement last night with that bases clearing double in the 8th inning. Can he be the spark plug of some excitement tonight? Payoff pitch, foul off again. clips it underneath the catcher Skelton and the umpire DeBrouwer. This will be pitch number 10, and at the very least he is ringing Leverett's pitch count way up. This will be number 78 from him. Payoff pitch, fouled off again. Mitchell is fouled off 5 two-strike pitches. Getting his reps in.
I mean, this is the type of an at-bat that can take an inning off of a pitcher's total.
He's had innings with fewer pitches than just this batter. Payoff pitch is lined into center, base hit. Jared Mitchell, an 11-pitch single. Going opposite field as he is apt to do. And perhaps the spark the Revs need. They've got the leadoff man aboard for the second time in this game. Leverett had retired 8 in a row until that point. And they've got the perfect man to perhaps put him a bit farther out in front or closer in Joel Guzman.
Well, Mitchell capped the comeback last night. That's the type of an at-bat that could start one.
Big lead for Mitchell off of first base. And there he goes. The first pitch, Guzman taken low and in. Skelton's throw is rolled down to second base, but Mitchell got a great jump. Stolen base for Jay Mitch, number 18. He is one back of his teammate Travis Witherspoon.
He's now on pace for 81.29.
Yeah, that's decent. Decent, as the kids would say.
Yeah.
Some kids, at least. 1 ball, no strikes to Guzman, who's 0 for 2 in this game. And he swings through a fastball. That was at his letters. The count 1 ball and 1 strike. Guzman 0 for 4 yesterday with an RBI on a sac fly, up to 71 on the season, eclipsing his total from last year in Camden. 1-1 pitch and a drive deep to center field. Krause on his high horse. He goes back to the track, back at the wall. It is off of his mitt and bounces back to the baggie in center. Mitchell will score from second base. It's a double and a ribeye steak for Joel Guzman, and the Revs are on the board. 3-1 New Britain in the 6th.
Well, it only takes one for this team to start believing. We've seen it time and again this year. Last night, Mace was saying this is the margin he wanted to get to heading to late in the game. Get within 2. That's where they are now. And Krause was just kind of coasting back like he thought he had it. The carry on that ball might have surprised him a little bit. Joel's a strong man. We know that.
And now the tying run at the plate in the form of Kevin Rivers, who is 0 for 2 today. Guzman on second, nobody out. And Rivers showing bunt. He bounces one in front of Skelton at the plate. He thought about going to third. Guzman was too close to the bag, though, so Skelton goes to first, and he gets Rivers by a step and a half. 2-3 sacrifice bunt by the cleanup hitter for the Revs. Bit of strategery being pulled out here in the 6th inning. So now a deep fly ball should bring Guzman home. Ryan Pounds will try and provide that deep fly ball or more.
Yeah, don't need to get it all back in 1 inning. Chance here to make it a 1-run game, and if they do that, I mean, New Britain's going to be feeling the pressure, so that's what the Revs are looking to manufacture here.
Leverett's first pitch is fouled off, out of play, towards the first base luxury suites.
Just goes to show also how much Rivers can do. He's proven to be a very good bunter for this team. It's something that we've seen him do a couple of times in clutch situations, even later in games.
The 0-1 pitch, that's a fastball. It's high and away for ball 1. Well, Pounds and the Revs in this inning, it's a spotlight situation, just like the Stage Deli. He's got the spotlight on outstanding soup, salads, and sandwiches. For daily specials, including catering options, visit Stage Deli on George on Facebook or in person on North George Street next to the Strand Capitol Theater. 1-1 pitch, Pounds, pops it up, shallow right field, probably not deep enough for Guzman. Golson under it, makes the catch. Guzman tagging, the throw is in the dirt and rolls up the line at first. Guzman scores. It's a sacrifice fly for Brian Pounds, who gets the job done, and the Revs are within one. It's 3-2 New Britain.
There you go. Mission accomplished for this inning at least. Back within a run and a momentum shift. And Golson, the fact that he had to go back to his right as that ball came down, that slight misread might have been what cost him. That was not the throw that he wanted to get off.
Well, the Revs have been reading the scouting report on some of these Bees outfielders in this series as Keith Castillo takes a breaking ball at the letters, 0-1. Castillo 1 for 2. In that 5-run fourth inning last night, Anthony Hewitt out in left field basically spiked a throw coming to the plate as Castillo takes inner black for strike 2, and he is not happy with the call. Leverett in ahead, the count early. The 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball sails away, ball 1.
If anybody knows where the borders of the strike zone have been tonight, it's going to be the guy that's been catching all night.
1-2 pitch, a fastball, whipping outside, ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The deuces be wild for Keith Castillo. Leverett likes the call from Skelton, his catcher. The kick in the 2-2 pitch. Fastball outside. Castillo, with his patience, has worked it back to 3-2 after falling behind early. And as a right-handed swinger, he'll step in to face a payoff pitch. It is outside, ball 4. Keith Castillo works out a full count walk. And Leverett's pitch count in this inning is skyrocketing like a tech stock in the 90s. The tying run is on base now, and Michael Rocket will try and keep the line moving. Rock is 1 for 2 with a single. Leverett, his first pitch. Fastball in, ball 1. Rocket in the center of so much rally action yesterday. Can he live up to that reputation on the next night? 1-0 pitch. Drive deep to left field. Back on it, Hewitt to the track, to the wall. Turn and watch it go! Michael Rocket, a 2-run homer. His 3rd of the season. Blast off, young man. It is 4-3 Revs. York has gotten it all back and then some in this 6th inning.
Just amazing. Now so much for being satisfied with being within a run. And Rocket is absolutely one of the guys you want up in those clutch situations. What a season he's having, and what another outburst from this team.
His 100th hit of the season. And now he's up over 300 for the average on the year. He's at 301 as Chavi takes outside for ball 1. Four 3 Revs as Leverett finds the zone at the knees. A called strike 1 to Chavez, who is 0 for 2. Fielder's choice and a strikeout. Leverett's 1-1 pitch is bounced towards the left side. Backhanded by McWiggin, the shortstop. Sails the throw, but Griffin tall enough to snag it from the air. Side retired, but not before the comeback train rolls into the station. RBI double by Guzman, sac fly by Pounds, and a 2-run home run by Michael Rocket. 4 runs on 3 hits, no errors, nobody left on base. And to the 6th your score, York 4, New Britain 3. Darrell Henry will take you home on the WOYK Revs Radio Network.
Did you send that email?
No, the server's down.
Again? That's the third time this week. Did you call support?
Sure, great hold music for the last hour.
There's got to be a better way.
There is. Let SoCo Business Solutions maintain your current IT environment, evaluate your current systems, or provide support that's local and responsive. Contact SoCo at 717-505-8080 and let us be your IT solutions provider. That's 717-505-8080 or online at SoCoBusinessSolutions.com.
Come and celebrate 10 years of York Revolution baseball with the Celebrate York Series presented by Memorial Hospital. The series honors significant contributions from York, Pennsylvania's most notable events and favorite citizens with giveaways every Friday night home game. The series continues on Friday, August 12th with a Jeff Koons bobblehead giveaway. Visit YorkRevolution.com for more details. It's the Celebrate York Series, proudly presented by Memorial Hospital for the York Revolution's 10th anniversary season.
Wednesdays are the worst. I've got to get the kids to school on time, to get to work, then it's just one long day of meetings. But hey, at least I don't have to worry about making dinner.
Kids eat free with People's Bank. Save money at every Wednesday home game.
So now when the Revs are in town, I just pull into a People's Bank, pick up that week's coupon, and dinner is done. Revolution Wednesdays? Awesome. Revolution!
Thanks to People's Bank, kids eat free at every Wednesday home game. No need to be a People's Bank customer. Just pick up your coupon at any People's Bank branch and do dinner at People's Bank Park. One coupon per child per game.
On air, online, and on your smartphone. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Top of the 7th, and the Revs saying, why wait last inning? Let's get it all back at once. They lead at 4-3. They had been shut out through 5. They now have the lead. And Luis Perdomo is in as they hand the keys to the bullpen. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. Jake McGuigan leads off. And the first one's down and away. Now you just got to believe with this team. It doesn't take much. They get one thing to go their way, and they smell blood. This is the 1-0. And a bouncer foul, third base side. They truly believe every night they're going to figure it out, even if it takes till the last out. Last night they were down 7, and they believed they were going to find a way. The pitch is poked on the ground, right side. Chavez way to his left. He's got it, gets rid of it. It's in time at first, and the leadoff man retired. One down here in the 7th. He was toward the middle, had to really scoot. And from the edge of the outfield grass, a quick scoop and release on to first. Now we go to the top of the order, and James Skelton. Rocket the home run. Makes a winner out of Cody Kitzmiller on her Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care home run contest. First pitch to Skelton is down low. Cody can stop by the Apple Chevrolet ticket office at his convenience during normal business hours. And for Rocket, last 9 games now, 11 driven in, 7 extra base hits, including homers number 2 and 3 on the year. There's a ball up and away, 2-0. The other home run on that stretch was last week at New Britain. They hit it off the top of the fence and over, and the entire dugout emptied as they all went up the tunnel to hide from him to give him the silent treatment. There's a ball down low, 3-0. No such treatment tonight, though. They were too fired up with another comeback to go in front. That, and in our dugout here, there's nowhere to hide. 3-0, and that's right down the chute for a strike. Skelton was about to throw the bat away, hoping it would be called low. Perdomo will take a moment to settle the pant legs over his spikes. Now ready with it. The 3-1, and that one is low. So a 1-out walk, Skelton's second straight walk, and league leading 65th. Came in tonight 2 walks away from 600 in his career, and that gives him the milestone. And here comes Mace.
In normal situations, we see Mace, and that's the hook, but Paul Fletcher, the pitching coach, ejected after the 5th inning, so Mace pulling double duty tonight.
Takes him back to his roots. Long time pitching coach, including his first 3 years here in York. And here comes Brian DeBrouwer to hustle up the visit. On our WellSpan Sports Medicine injury report tonight, the Bees don't have anybody on the DL. The Revs have Michael Burgess, who's rehabbing from the meniscus surgery. Mariel Checo inactive with the elbow strain. And that's your WellSpan Sports Medicine injury report tonight. Now Greg Golson, the hitter. And that was just a visit. Perdomo stays in. Golson 1 for 3. First pitch is in there. It's a strike. Had a single, a steal, and a run back in the 4th. Pena tonight, 6 innings, 3 runs, 7 hits. He only walked 1, struck out 3. Pitch is in there again. A slider that started in but tailed back. And a called strike 2. Pena also tonight, out of the 7 hits, 6 were singles after the home run trouble the previous 2. Here's a swing and a miss. And a slider from Perdomo gets Golson. So he comes back after the walk with a 3-pitch strikeout following the mound visit and made short work of Golson, 2 down in the inning. Revs a 4-3 lead here in the top of the 7th. And Perdomo will face Jovan Rosa. He's 1 for 3, led off the 6th with a single and scored. Perdomo ready. First pitch, a slider, just missed, a little low. Saw Revs relievers last night get very effective with the off-speed late in the game. Corpus, DePaula, the 1-0, and that fastball missed away. Perdomo's got good stuff in both respects. Fastball at 91, good slider as well. Already, the 2-0, and a liner left side just out of the reach of Wilson at short. Just past his outstretched glove and into left. And the inning continues, 1st and 2nd. Craig Maddox, the lefty, coming up. And in this spot with a 1-run lead, Mace is going to bring in a lefty. I don't know if he had Reed or Rice up, but probably Rice after Reed went the 2 innings last night. Would assume that's who it is down in the corner. And a pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. And never mind all of that, it's a righty. Jose Arredondo coming in. Well, eventually I would have gotten to him on the guessing, I guess.
Just by process of elimination.
Yeah.
Way to go, Sherlock.
Hey, Will, on our York Mitsubishi out-of-town scoreboard, there's a game in the majors worth following tonight.
Yes, it is. Middle of the 6th from Washington. Nationals and Indians are scoreless. The Cleveland Indians are hitless against Max Scherzer. Keeping an eye on our Atlantic League counterparts tonight. Long Island 4-3 leaders over Somerset in the bottom of the 7th from the island. Top of the 5th from Lancaster, Barnstormers down 5-1 against Southern Maryland. And bottom of the 5th from Bridgeport, Bluefish 2 and Sugarland 2. Revs leapfrogged the Skeeters to take first place in the second half of the Freedom Division yesterday as they won and the Skeeters had off, so it's a half-game lead.
Well, Arredondo has been awesome here lately. The Revs call on him to try to strand 2 here. Craig Maddox will be the hitter, their cleanup man, and he's also been hot. Arredondo overall in 19 outings, 0-1, but he sports a 1.83 ERA. For a bullpen that has been locked down, trying to do it again with a 1-run lead taken to the late innings tonight. 4-3 York, the Revs scoring all 4 to come back last inning. It's just incredible to watch the comebacks that they build night after night, and most times it starts with something small, but that's what gets them believing. They're now trying to hold the lead they've just taken. Arredondo the pitch, and he drops in a splitter. It's a called strike. By the way, the 6th inning rally tonight started by Jared Mitchell's 11-pitch at bat. He just would not go down. And Arredondo backs off now. He capped the comeback last night with that thrilling hit in the 8th. Tonight, he ignited it. 0-1. And a bouncing ball right side. Rivers gloves. Flips to Arredondo. He's there. Inning over. And Arredondo comes in and finishes the 7th. Rivers had to play the hop. And they fought to keep the timing smooth. The flip caused Arredondo to reach just a little. But he held the bag. No runs, 1 hit, and 2 left. 7th inning stretch from Peoples Bank Park. It's York 4, New Britain 3.
At Health South, rehabilitation is all we do, so it just makes sense that Health South Rehabilitation Hospital of York will help you get home sooner. Health South is the largest rehabilitation provider in the country. We provide 3 hours of therapy 5 days a week, frequent physician visits, and registered nurses 24/7. It's total team-based care that is squarely focused on your recovery. After an illness, injury, or surgery, choose Health South, providing a higher level of care to the York community for more than 30 years. HealthSouthYork.com.
Ross Brothers Barbecue is serving up the hits every Saturday night this season at Peoples Bank Park. Stop by Arch Street Eats on the third base corner and load up on delicious, fresh-made local barbecue. All of Ross' sauces and sides are made from scratch daily. All meats are smoked for an authentic barbecue done right. Ross Brothers also offers drive-through, dine-in, and carry-out from the restaurant at 3096 Carlisle Road in Dover, as well as delivery and full-service catering. Ross Brothers can cater any sized event from fundraisers to graduation parties to weddings. Ross Brothers Barbecue every Saturday night at Peoples Bank Park.
Hear that? It's the sound of summer. Sound nice? Call Kona Ice. We do it all. Schools, sporting events, parties, both corporate and birthday. You name it, we'll be there. We bring the party to you. If you need a little bit of fun in your life, we're the shaved ice truck for you. Oh, and we fundraise too. This summer, cool down with Kona Ice. Give us a call at 1-800-KONA-ICE or visit us online at www.kona-ice.com. Kona Ice. Flavor our world.
The radio home of the Revs. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Revs on top, 4-3. Perdomo and Arredondo combined on a scoreless top of the 7th. Jarrett Leverett still in. Josh Wilson to lead off the home 7th. Revs up a run. Another exciting one tonight. First pitch of the inning, he pops it up toward the York dugout. Griffin is over, nearing the railing, and he's got room. Actually had a half step further than he needed to take. And reaches back to make the play. 1 down. Back to the top of the order in Travis Witherspoon. Well, if the Revs can hold on tonight, they will have more comeback wins than any other team in Revs history. Last night tied the record of 36, along with the 2008 and 14 teams. Pitch to Witherspoon is swung on and belted. Deep right center. Kraus going back on this. It's gone! Travis Witherspoon! Oh no, they say that it stayed in play and he's on at second base. They say it hit the top of the wall and stayed in. Brian Miller, the first base ump. I thought for sure that that cleared the LED board in right center and then bounced back off the hill. And there is some pavement on the other side where the fans sit, just over the wall where that certainly could have hit and come back. Man. And the replay is tough to tell. I assumed it cleared and came back in. I guess there is a chance that it hit behind the padding, but on concrete on top of the wall and stayed in. It's tough to tell on the replay if it actually went behind the fencing or not.
Witherspoon, the presence of mind to stop on second base after that call as the Boo Birds come out in full force.
It might have stayed in, and they're not going to ask any of the other umpires. It's going to stand as a double. Oh, they might have gotten it right. And here's Jared Mitchell. It's a one-out double instead. He smoked it, though.
Oh, he sure did.
Mitchell 2 for 3 with that huge leadoff single in the sixth and a steal. And the pitch from Leverett is up high, a slider missing. 11 pitch at bat, 5 2-strike fouls. And then started the rally after he had capped the comeback less than 24 hours earlier. It's the 1-0 and a ground ball, second base. Up with it is Roof. He'll throw to first. Witherspoon goes to third with 2 outs. And Joel Guzman to the plate. Joel tonight, 1 for 3, drove in the first run last inning, a deep double in straightaway center.
Here comes Stan. He's calling for the pen.
He won't let the lefty face him here.
Nor should he.
No. No, pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. Took until the 6th inning for them to get to Leverett, but 4 runs in the 6th. A runner at third with 2 outs in the 7th as he exits, and a righty coming in. The Revs look for some insurance. Now the Revs trying to win their 5th straight here tonight. 37th comeback win is what they're going for, a new team record. Most of the wins here lately have been comeback victories. New pitcher is Rob Bryson for New Britain, who was with Somerset briefly to begin this season. He was with Camden, an all-star last year, but has struggled to regain that form.
He struggled with the Patriots to begin this season. 7 earned runs in 4 innings. And the Bees have gotten him. He's had a couple of fine relief outings since. 1 earned runs in 4 innings. He is 0-1. And that loss came 3 days ago in Lancaster.
He's got some former Camden teammates on this Revs team, and one of whom he will face right away. Joel Guzman. Chavez, Click, Rocket, all with Camden last year as well. Now here's Joel, who has an RBI now in 3 straight games, 72 for the year. And that double last inning, driving in 1. Runner at third with 2 outs. 4-3 York here in the bottom of the 7th. Trying to provide a little cushion. Bryson is set. The righty deals. And it slides down and away. Another fine crowd tonight here on a Tuesday night. You can hear them. They're into it. There's the stretch. Bryson the 1-0. And that's low. Guzman leaves it. 2 balls and no strikes.
Fine pitch to hit coming up here. A reliever, you never want to walk the leadoff man. Especially when you are brought in a situation like this where you are the guy they have gone to get this guy.
The 2-0. And a swing and a foul tip. Got a piece of Skelton. Guzman a big hack. If he were to walk him, Kevin Rivers is next, and I don't believe they have anybody loosening to match up with him. The lineup tonight, Mace going right, left, right switch, right. It's about as balanced as it could possibly be tonight. Bryson the stretch, and the 2-1. Swing and a miss. Good slider. Looked good out of the hand, but just unraveled on its way to the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Now ready. And the pitch to Guzman. Swinging a bouncer at third. Rosa backs up. He spears it, sets, has time, and makes the throw. Inning over. Skelton did the fake on the setup there. He started in and then went away. I don't know if that had any impact at all on what Guzman was picking up on, but Bryson gets him to ground out. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 left. And we'll head to the 8th. Looks like Gomez coming in. Revs lead the Bees 4-3.
Hey, Revs fans, seasons come and go, but French fries are forever. Bricker's famous French fries are back for their 10th season as a member of the Revs team. Come and celebrate the team's 10th anniversary with those fan-favorite fries and chicken tenders. You can find them, as always, behind center field next to the playground at Peoples Bank Park. Call 717-792-4959 or visit online at brickersfries.com. When you want French fries, nothing is better than Brickers.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called Peoples Bank Park. Peoples Bank has been serving York County for more than 150 years. Always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make York County great. And to you having a great time at Peoples Bank Park. Peoples Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
York's Community Hotel since 1925 is locally owned once again. Where else but the Yorktown Hotel? Our dedicated staff looks forward to welcoming your out-of-town guests and catering your next event in our elegant Roaring Twenties ballroom. Enjoy the tastes of York in the hotel's off-center grill, where we partner with locally owned favorites including Green Bean Roasting Company, York City Pretzel, Wolfgang Candy, Liquid Hero Brewery, and Mudhook Brewery. Come see what all the hullabaloo is about at the Yorktown Hotel. The Yorktown is proud to be the host hotel of the York Revolution.
All about local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOIK.
Top of the 8th, Revs with a 4-3 lead. This team has featured a very good bullpen front to back, but all year, arguably the league's best setup and relief. And right now, it's the setup who's in. Ricardo Gomez, the bridge to DeMarc. Pitch to Jonathan Roof is right there for a strike. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. 4-3 the lead. Roof 1 for 3, an RBI infield hit in the 4th. And I think Roof is having a discussion about, well, I don't know what that was. Maybe they're saying he was out of the batter's box. He's on the back line. Pitch here is chopped foul, third base side. The plate ump might have told him to watch where you're standing, as they were kind of kicking around at the very back of the batter's box there. Nothing in 2 the count. And Gomez with the pitch. Fastball up. It's where he wanted it, but Roof wouldn't climb. DeMark starting to hop up and down and stretch the legs down in the Revs bullpen. Now the 1-2 slider away. If they can get it to him, he is a save away from breaking the team's single season record and tying the career record. The 2-2. Swing and a miss! A slider strikes him out. Ricardo Gomez begins the 8th with a K, 1 down. Comes in tonight 3-1 with a 180 in 37 games. That's his 47th strikeout in 35 1/3 innings.
38 is the new 28, Darryl.
Yeah, really. Here's Michael Krause. And he swings and tips a foul off the glove of Castillo. You look at the number next to the age on the roster, you would never think that. It's unbelievable.
It's done over multiple stints for the Revs now. A 2.22 career ERA, tops in franchise history, and it's not even close.
Pitch is down and away, a slider. He still throws gas, too. But a very good slider to go with it, and that's what we've seen a lot of here in the 8th thus far. He's ready, and the 1-1. Slider line to center, Witherspoon over to his left. He's there. Two-hand grab right in front of his chest, 2 down. Last night, we saw the righties in particular really tie up New Britain hitters with sliders and such. And Gomez maybe taking a page out of that book here tonight. Here's John Griffin, who's 1 for 3. (4-3) the lead. Gomez the pitch, fastball just outside. Gomez an all-star this year, of course. Trying to get it to his fellow all-star in the 9th. A 1-0, that's down and away.
Darryl, as night falls, well, has fallen here at People's Bank Park. I'm seeing some stadium lights out yonder over the Codorus Creek. Is that a football stadium lit up right now?
Yeah, York High football. William Penn plays over there. Soccer too. Here's the 2-0. Swing and a miss. A fastball at 92, climbing the ladder.
York High, I do believe their preview is next in our WellSpan High School preview series. It's either tomorrow or Thursday. We focus on William Penn.
Awesome. Here's the stretch. The 2-1. And a swing and a miss. Fastball outside corner. That one at 91. Gomez back to even it, trying to finish the inning. Griffin, big right-hand hitter, 6'6". Climbs back in. The pause, the 2-2. Swing and a miss! He struck him out! Fastball at 92, he blew it right past him. A 1-2-3-8 with a pair of strikeouts. And Gomez has bridged the lead to the 9th. We go to the bottom of the 8th here tonight. It's the Revs 4 and the Bees 3.
The more we help the ones in need, the more progress our community will make.
By focusing on quality education, income opportunities, and basic health care,
all of York County can have access to the building blocks of a good quality of life.
Together, we can load the bases for our community
and hit a home run.
Give generously to the 2016 United Way Community Fund.
Find out more and give now at unitedway-york.org.
Does your wealth advisor know how you take your coffee? At Smith, Mayer & Little Wealth Advisory Group, we genuinely get to know our clients, from their interests, goals, and dreams, right down to how they like their coffee. By understanding our clients on a personal level, we help them make wise financial decisions. In us, you will find a trusted confidant dedicated to your financial success. Smith, Mayer & Little, a wealth of knowledge about wealth. Get to know us over a cup of coffee or visit us at financialjava.com.
Janney Montgomery Scott LLC, member NYSE, FINRA, and SIPC.
Come and celebrate 10 years of York Revolution baseball with the Celebrate York Series presented by Memorial Hospital. The series honors significant contributions from York, Pennsylvania's most notable events and favorite citizens with giveaways every Friday night home game. The series continues on Friday, August 12th with a Jeff Koons bobblehead giveaway. Visit YorkRevolution.com for more details. It's the Celebrate York Series, proudly presented by Memorial Hospital for the York Revolution's 10th anniversary season.
Your teams all the time. York's only place for local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Now the Revs will take the lead to the ninth. DeMarc getting ready. And we'll see how big the lead is. Kevin Rivers will lead off the bottom of the eighth. Bryson stays in. And the first pitch of the inning, a fastball and a strike called, outer edge. Rivers, Pounds, and Castillo due up. New Britain in the ninth will have 8, 9, and 1 due. Hewitt, McGuigan, Skelton. There's the 0-1 to Rivers, and a backdoor slider bends back in for a strike. 0 for 2 tonight, but a big sack bunt in the sixth inning when they were playing for 2 runs to make it a 1-run game, and then lo and behold, they got twice that. Michael Rocket, the home run that gave him the lead. There's the 0-2, swing and a miss. A high fastball got him. 1 away. We'll pause for station identification. This is Revolution Radio.
First in York, first in sports. Your only local sports station. The new Sports Radio 1350, WOYK, York, Pennsylvania.
1 down. Here's Brian Pounds. Revs up 4-3 here in the bottom of the eighth. And looking at more history potentially tonight. First pitch to Pounds, a swing and a miss, a slider. The Revs trying to complete their 37th comeback win of the year here in game number 101. The previous record, 36 in a pair of 140-game seasons. There's the stretch from Bryson, the 0-1, and a slider in tight. Mike DeMarc trying to break the Revs' single-season saves record. He'll be going for his 29th, tied with Rami Lewis last night, and then trying to tie Rami's career record of 33 with York. The 1-1 and a slider that misses low.
Rami Lewis retired after last year, handing the throne off to DeMarc to watch. I'd say he has watched it more effectively than I'm sure Rami would have expected, as DeMarc's about to seize the throne for himself.
Yeah, what he said. Here's the 2-1, and a swing and a towering fly ball deep in left center. Hewitt back at the fence. It is caught by Kraus, the center fielder, on a ball that might have popped the ozone. That thing way up in the air. And it looked like Hewitt all the way, and then all of a sudden it was Kraus who was going parallel with the fence from center, and he had just enough room reaching high above his cap. Pounds came oh so close. An awkward catch, but it's out number 2.
Ball he got under, but he had such strength that he nearly wheeled that ball over the fence.
And cannot come much closer than that. Here's Keith Castillo, who's 1 for 2. Huge walk and a run in the sixth. First pitch changeup is outside. And that was right before Rocket's home run. The 1-0. And a slider over for a strike. Some of the power hitters on the team this year have kind of ribbed Rocket for not hitting a lot of home runs, evidenced by the silent treatment last week, but he's the guy that gave him the lead with one tonight. There's a fastball in tight, 2-1. Good-natured, of course, as it always is. But his second of the week, third of the year. Moonshot over the big wall and left. And there's a fastball, strike called on the outer black, 2-2. Castillo's first bat from this side of the plate tonight. Bryson the pitch, swings and hits one in the air in left. Hewitt backing up on it, onto the warning track, feeling for the wall, and he's got just enough room. Catches it in front of the manual scoreboard. Castillo hollering at himself as he just missed, and he had 2 or 3 of those like that in Southern Maryland too. But the Revs will head to the 9th, looking to make some more history tonight. 1-2-3-8. Mike DeMarc making the familiar run in from the bullpen in right. It's York 4, New Britain 3.
Wednesdays are the worst. I've got to get the kids to school in time, to get to work, then it's just one long day of meetings. But hey, at least I don't have to worry about making dinner.
Kids eat free with People's Bank. Save money at every Wednesday home game.
So now when the Revs are in town, I just pull into a People's Bank, pick up that week's coupon, and dinner is done. Revolution Wednesdays? Awesome. Revolution!
Thanks to People's Bank, kids eat free at every Wednesday home game. No need to be a People's Bank customer. Just pick up your coupon at any People's Bank branch and do dinner at People's Bank Park. 1 coupon per child per game.
Payne doesn't take Sunday off. Neither do we. We're open weekdays 8 to 8 and weekends 9 to 6. Just walk into WellSpan Urgent Orthopedics, 2319 South George Street in York, across from the Apple Hill Health Campus. Visit wellspan.org/urgent orthopedics today.
Struggling to find quality IT help for your business? Tired of being sold solutions from companies helping their bottom line more than yours? Sick of your calls being answered overseas? SoCo Business Solutions is your answer to maintain your current environment, redesign your infrastructure, provide local responsive support, and keep your data safe. Contact SoCo at 717-505-8080 and let us be your IT solutions provider. That's 717-505-8080 or online at SoCoBusinessSolutions.com.
The Revolution plays here. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Well, could we have more history tonight? Mike DeMarc going for a record. The Revs as a team going for their own comeback record. 4-3 the lead as we start the 9th inning. And Anthony Hewitt will lead it off for New Britain. He's 0 for 3 tonight, 8-9-1 in the order due up. DeMarc just 9 pitches and a 1-2-3 9th last night. Leads the league with 28 saves. First pitch tonight is fouled back to the screen. DeMarc an 0.95 ERA in 37 outings. The numbers are scintillating. 38 innings, 20 hits, the league hitting 150, 6 walks, 54 Ks. He fires, and a fastball right over it looked like, but a ball. 1-1. Now the high stretch. And fires, and a swing and a tip foul behind the plate. 28 saves, leads the league by 2. Last night he tied Rami Lewis for the Revs' single season record with 28. Rami did it 2 years ago. He moved ahead of R.J. Rodriguez for second in career saves with 32. Here's the 1-2, and a check swing, it's a called third strike. Fastball on the outside corner, run him up. And 1 down here in the top of the 9th. He's 2 outs away.
from the single season record and tying Rami at the top of the all-time list. One down, Jake McGuigan, the hitter. He's 1 for 3. And the pitch from DeMarc, a swing and a ball beaten foul against his foot and over to the right. No balls and a strike. Revs trying to get to 17 games over 500. They haven't been there since the next to last game in 2014. The 0-1, and a little dribbler, gonna be tough. Pounds, charges from third, bare hands, throws! Oh, Rivers got taken out at first base. And the ball hit the sidewall and rebounds into right, and that was nasty. It's gonna be an infield hit for McGuigan, and Rivers leaping to try to make the catch and come down in the bag, got taken out midair and landed hard, stretched out on the ground. He's up to one knee. Chong is out from the dugout. That was about the ugliest collision with a first baseman that you'd ever see. And hopefully he'll hang around to talk about it. Man, McGuigan full speed. Rivers got drilled in the midsection midair right as he was about to come down. He got toppled sideways in midair and landed hard on his side or his chest, like a train wreck at first base. And Stan Clyburn is arguing something with the plate ump. I'm unclear as to what. He's pointing and arguing toward first, and McGuigan is not standing on first base. What is this about? They wouldn't have said that he left the baseline, would they? Didn't see that signal made, that's for sure. Rivers, meanwhile, stretching out and trying to collect himself, walking down the line. Bullpen asks if he's all right. He's trying to shake it off. He probably feels like he was just in a wreck. And Stan still jawing with the plate ump, Brian DeBrouwer, pointing toward first base. And McGuigan doesn't look happy as he walks aside. Did they possibly call him out? And now DeBrouwer asking first base ump Brian Miller to come over. And the third base ump Derek Moshe coming in as well. Rivers still a little slow as he walks it off, his hat tilted upward. As he tries to get as much air as he can. The three umpires discussing this. McGuigan is standing at first base. And they have called him out, and they're signaling up at the press box that New Britain is protesting the game over a misjudgment or a misinterpretation of a rule. And they must have said that he ran inside the baseline and collided with Rivers and took him out as he tried to make the catch. And now Stan coming in toward home plate, arguing with the plate ump again, pointing and jawing. They signaled up here that the Bees will protest it. And they must have said that he ran inside the bag and into the collision. And they called him out. So 2 down here in the top of the 9th. DeMarc will throw a couple of warm-ups before facing James Skelton. And if he's able to notch the record tonight, I'm sure he didn't envision doing it in this fashion. Boy, has this game gotten bizarre here with 26 outs in the books. So Skelton will stand in 0 for 2 with 2 walks. And Rivers still in the game, will guard the line at first. Revs lead at 4-3. And DeMarc the high stretch, and the first pitch. Fastball, it's in there. Strike one called. And out away from a record for both closer and team. Here's the 0-1. And a splitter for a strike. Outside corner at the knees. It's 0-2. Revs on the cusp of another dramatic and thrilling win. And history behind it tonight. The stretch and the 0-2 pitch missed way up high. Fastball at 92. Many of the fans standing, looking for the last out. DeMarc the stretch. And the 1-2, swinging a bouncing ball to short. Wilson charges, gloves, he throws, and this game's over! Mike DeMarc, your new all-time single-season saves record holder, his 29th. And he ties Rami at the top of the list, his 33rd with York. And the Revs, in their 101st game of the year, with 39 to go on August the 9th, have set a team record for the most come-from-behind wins in a season in team history. Their 37th, beating the record of 36, set during the great seasons of 2008 and 2014. 37th comeback win of the year with 39 to go. Just incredible. And tonight, all 4 runs in the 6th inning. Michael Rocket, the go-ahead 2-run homer. And Mike DeMarc owns some Revs history, shares some other Revs history. His 29th save this year, 33rd of his Revs career, and Will's got him on the field.
All right, Darryl, with that save, Mike DeMarc, his 29th save of the season, a new single-season record for the Revs. He ties Rami Lewis's club record all-time with 33. Mike, straight up, how did it feel on the mound today and then yesterday to tie the single-season record?
Oh, it felt good. You know, when you're chasing down guys like Rami Lewis, it's kind of hard to catch guys like that. You know, he's crazy. He did a lot of great things here in York, and you know, so I'm just happy to be in the same group as him.
The slow tease from Tyrell Harris.
My boy, by accident, man. Congrats, Mark. Thanks, brother.
Now, you were teammates with Rami for a couple of years here. How does it feel knowing him, inheriting the closer's throne from him, and now breaking it single season, tying him all time?
Yeah, it's awesome. You know, I got, like you said, I got to play with him, and I got to like see a little bit of what he did, things he went, the way he went about his business, and you know what.
And a second one. One wasn't enough, Tyrell.
Yeah, that's good.
Well, double records, double dousing, I guess.
Yeah. That's cold water.
That's cold water. Now, you've been pitching for a long time. Can you think back to the beginning of your career? When was the last time you have felt as locked in as you have looked to all these fans here all season?
I can't remember a time, honestly.
No? All right.
That's it.
Man, a few words. All right, so 37 comeback wins now. I mean, their hitters for the Revs are giving you chances to get all these saves, too. You know, how's it feel coming in front of all these bats and locking down wins for them?
Oh, man, like I said all year long, these guys have been the key part of all my success for sure, and to this team's success. You know, like you just said, touched on a little bit, come from behind wins. That's unbelievable. We just never quit, and that's a true championship team, you know, and I've got a lot of hope for us and look forward to this future championship season, you know.
We're looking forward to ourselves, Mike. Thanks and congratulations. We'll let you find a sauna or something.
Thank you. Yeah, it's cold out here.
Mike DeMarc into the record books in one way. Rami Lewis has got company in another. Darryl, we'll send it back to you.
All right, Will, thank you very much. Tyrell Harris snuck up from behind, and he played to the crowd a little bit. He held it, he waited, he held it right over Mike's head. And waited some more, and then allowed the first one to pour out. Then that wasn't enough. He went back and grabbed another one. And Mike, it's fitting. He breaks one record tonight, ties another, so he gets 2 ice baths out of the deal, and Tyrell went for the slow attack on both to make sure that he experienced the pour for as long as he could.